Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
What's going on, folks? How's it going? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. I want to apologize first and foremost for not being here yesterday. Unfortunately, as you could probably tell from my voice right now, I was suffering from some sort of voice ailment thanks to all the goddamn bombardment of troll terrorists and cyber vermin. Caught myself there almost screaming. Unfortunately, folks, I am going to try to prevent myself from screaming today because if I don't, I will probably just lose my voice completely and not be able to fulfill the remainder days this week as it pertains to this show. So listen, this is, let me just go through the formalities here. This is episode number 439. Number 439 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, please spread it around. Spread it around. Spread it around like wildfire, all right? Now, once again, I am going to try not, and I repeat, I'm going to try not to scream on this episode. It's going to take all I'm sure I possibly can because I can't afford to do it. You milky lickers, all right? If you want to have another damn show here throughout the weekend, throughout the week, excuse me, as you can see, I'm freaking, my voice is losing out here, all right? Anyway, if you'd like a show throughout the week, please do not, and I repeat, do not make me scream, man, all right? Please. Jesus Christ, anyway, listen. Like I did do it's 439, the episode number 439. Please follow me on Twitter, folks, if you have not done so already. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And, of course, the official website of the True Capitalist Radio Show is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Now, folks, before I go off on this whole me, I, my garbage as it pertains to my voice, I think everybody gets the point. So please do not do anything to provoke me to scream. I'm asking you, all right, you morons? Please do not do this. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the stock market. I'm sure that's in everybody's mind right now because the stock market has gone over 20,000 points. Now, folks, this is a complete trap, okay? And I'm not talking about the type of traps that you fruit bowls like to go and look for at shopping malls. I'm talking about a trap for those naive investors that are looking at this 20,000 Dow Jones Industrial and thinking that it's a great damn market out here in America. They're being goofed. They are being bamboozled. It's a trap. It's a trap. And the reason I say this, folks, is because if you've been following us throughout the day or throughout the days leading up to this 20,000 Dow Jones Industrial, you would have heard me in the first hour talking about how there's nothing but low volume in the market, that it's not a buyer's market, and that there's very, very low volume, which could either tip the scale one way or the other. Meaning that if there was some bad news, that because of low volume in the market, it could literally tank the market. But there's a flip side to that coin, which I didn't allude to because, well, the bottom line is that I didn't expect, which I should have anticipated, but I didn't expect a collusion amongst the fund managers within the investment community to collude together in a pump and dump on this market. That's what we are witnessing right before our very eyes, folks, in my opinion. If you take a look and dissect all the blocks of shares that are being bought today, leading up to this 20,000 Dow Jones Industrial price, if you will, it has been based on low volume and the blocks today that created the momentum necessary to lure in enough investors to go over the 20,000 mark and sustain it was pure pump and dump, in my opinion. I could not believe it. You know, folks, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I have seen this countless times in my day in observing the stock market, and I'm telling you this right now. The reason that got these fund managers doing this and how they're able to do it is very easy. First off, we talked about low volume coming into this day's trading session. And in that, I talked about how potentially if some bad news came out, bad earnings, anything, because of the low volume, meaning that it's not a buyer's market, it could come tumbling down within an instant. But what I have observed here in today's market is that the fund managers, which comprise the bulk of the investment community, folks, there's not that many investors that are independent. I mean, this show is trying to spawn independent investment once again like it used to be in the 90s, but it's no longer prevalent. I mean, everybody has given their money to a mutual fund, a hedge fund, a retirement fund, a financial advisor which dumps it into funds. I mean, you name it, there's nothing but huge money managers that are basically comprising the bulk of the investment community in today's market. So what they have done, in my opinion, and it doesn't even need to be all of them to do this. You just need maybe a good pool of about 5 or 6 hardcore traders. And I'm talking about ones that are able to kind of spread their trades out in a variety of different accounts and buy blocks of 20, 50, 100,000 shares. And what they do is that all of them are going to buy, and each one of them are going to buy at the price higher than the previous one had bought it. So as a result, you have this artificial creation of an influx of percentage gains, which in turn lures others who aren't in on the loop, other mutual fund managers, guys on the Wall Street. It lures them into this whole, oh man, look at this, look at the Dow Jones Industrial, it's getting to 20,000. And once those guys hop on the bandwagon, all of a sudden this 20,000 comes into a reality. And then once it hits 20,000, it starts trending on Twitter. It's on Facebook. Everybody's talking about it on the media. And what are the naive investors that are looking upon this 20,000 Dow Jones Industrial saying? They're saying like they do in the movies. And you see, this is the bad part about the movies, folks. You should not believe anything that you see in the movies. But you traditionally hear somebody in the movies when they're like in the midst of doing business, and they're on the phones, and they're like, what? It's going down, well, sell. What? It's going higher, well, then buy. You know, you've heard that countless times, that same euphemism, that same phrase in movies. And that, in my opinion, is a inception in your brain to kind of react in this capacity when you start seeing things like Dow Jones 20,000 points pumped in your face on the media in every facet. It's going to force you to buy more. And in this case, it's not even about buying more. It's about putting more money in the hedge fund account. It's about putting more money in the mutual fund account. You know what I'm saying? I mean, potentially buying some stock on your own. But in the end, folks, what is happening here is that the mutual fund managers have literally pumped and dumped the Dow Jones Industrials based upon low volume, based upon their collusion of being able to spread out trades of like 20, 100, 100,000 share blocks and be able to continuously buy a number of different shares. And let me tell you why they did this to the Dow. The Dow Jones Industrials, folks, only comprises about 30-something companies. That's all the Dow Jones Industrials is. It's only about 30-something companies. So if you collude with, some big money managers, some big fund managers, retirement fund managers, and you say, look, we're going to hit these stocks, we're going to buy, and we're going to buy at market, and we're going to continue to increase these prices, which will in turn increase the index average of the Dow Jones Industrial, which will lure people into the market. And as I stated, you don't need that many people to do this. And how are they able to do this? Why are they able to do this? Because, folks, Mr. Yes We Can over here, Barack Obama, basically made it almost impossible for the average everyday investor to participate. And now you've got all these people with their retirements and their livelihoods and everything that they saved up for. They put them in the trust of these Bernie Madoff-like characters, and they are literally manipulating the goddamn markets for their own financial gain. And it's obvious. It is obvious what's happening here. And with this pump and dump in the Dow Jones Industrial, you saw it. As it hit 20,000 points, the damn chart says it all. The chart says it all. I mean, these people just kept buying. And, folks, these are all-time highs. I mean, you understand this. Even if you don't know anything about the stock market, all right? You've never seen 20,000 Dow Jones Industrials. So if it's an all-time high, why would you buy at these prices, man? Why would you do that? Because, unfortunately, you're naive to the investment game, and that's why you are naive, because you don't listen to this show. Because if you'd listen to this show, you'd understand everything that I'm articulating right now fits precisely of what we have seen coming up to this day. Remember, folks, I've been talking about how it's been low volume. It's been flat. No, I mean, there's not a buyer's market. I mean, I've been kind of worried about potential bad news tipping it off on the other direction in the complete opposite. That's why it's National Opposite Day today, conveniently enough. In the complete opposite direction, the fund managers collude. They lure suckers into the potential hitting of 20,000 Dow, and then they allowed the naive investors to see the 20,000 to basically continue to buy. Now, why are they doing this? Folks, as I've always stated, when you create a profit on the stock market, all right, that money isn't just coming out of thin air. All right, like let's say you hold a stock, $10 share. You hold it for about 6 months, 8 months, and that stock goes up to about $30 a share. That money isn't just pulled out of the air, folks. That money is pulled out of the pockets of the people that bought it at $30, $28, $27, so on and so forth. I mean, that's that people's money. Okay? So when you make a profit in the stock market, that money isn't miraculously, coming out of the sky. I mean, it is coming out of somebody else's pocket. That's when I say the term holding the bag. You don't want to be holding the bag. That's what these people on Wall Street are trying to do to naive investors right now. They're trying to pump and dump this market so they can buy at these high prices. So when they start selling off in incremental fashion, which they are going to do, if they set this up, if the mutual managers set this up to hit the Dow Jones Industrials to lure these naive investors, they're not going to just bottom out the market. Although I think they have the power to do so, which, puts another precarious twist into the market. But I personally believe that they set this up to incrementally start selling off and have these poor bastards, these naive, not understanding the fundamentals of investing idiots that are buying right now in all-time highs, 20,000 plus Dow Jones Industrial. These are the people that are going to be holding the bag. These are the people that you're going to be seeing, with all due respect, if we see a major contraction here, these are the people that are going to be throwing themselves out the damn window because they're just imagine for a second. You purchased, the all-time highs. You got suckered into this market, all right? Doesn't matter how much you put into it. You buy at all-time highs, and then incrementally it starts going down, and you're like, it's okay. I got a blue chip. It's no big deal. Then all of a sudden the major contraction happens, and that 20,500, 20,100, whatever the hell it's going to stop at, it goes down to 10,000, 9,000 points. You ain't never going to see the price that you purchased the stock at 20,000 points, at least in the next 10 to 15 years, I would imagine. Remember, it took 8 years for us to bounce back from the 8,000 Dow Jones Industrial that we saw in 2009, 2010. So that's why I'm saying, folks, this is a recipe for disaster. It's a trap. Do not invest in this market. Please do not do so. All right? And listen, when I was tweeting this morning, right, when I was saying it's a trap, that it's the fund managers colluding in a pump and dump, I had pro-Trump people, which are older people, which, probably don't know very much, try to tweet at me and saying I was fake news. Fake news for saying that there's a pump and dump going on in the damn stock market? It's obvious. I guess they're trying to equate the fact that the 20,000 Dow Jones Industrials is equated to Donald Trump's presidency. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it isn't because that it's a good thing. Why are these mutual fund managers and all these people in Wall Street colluding to do this? I believe that these people are doing this to set up Trump here in the next year or so. You've got the Federal Reserve talking about 4 interest rate hikes, according to them, that they're not going to go 3% beyond 2018. That's according to them. You've got, believe it or not, you got a showdown tomorrow, as a matter of fact, between Yellen and Trump. You've got earnings that do not justify these high prices. Do you understand that? There's no justification in a 20,000 Dow Jones Industrial. And I'd like for anybody who's listening, believe it or not, all you investors that listen to me, I'd like for one of you to call me up and justify this to me right now. You can. Or tweet at me. Justify why Dow Jones Industrial is over 20,000 is justified. There is no profits backing this up. And if there is, you know where those profits are coming from? They're coming from corporations in the Dow cutting divisions, selling divisions, cutting jobs, cutting benefits, cutting material, cutting capital costs. That's how they're showing profitability. That's how they're showing profitability. There's no forecasted growth that is justifying these high prices. It's pure hype. Seriously, man, I'm listening to the freaking business channels, and they're pumping and dumping the hype. You know what I'm saying? They're pumping and dumping the hype.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
So anyway, with that being said, folks, my apologies for going off keister about this, but I can read right through what's going on here. I remember the crash of 87. I remember the crash of 99. I remember the crash of 2009. I'm telling you, folks, you notice, though, there's a pattern there a little bit. That's what I'm telling you. All right? That's what I'm telling you. I've seen this before. Do not get goofed into this. Now, with that being said, cash will be king. I'm talking about the petrodollar will be king for at least the next several quarters. All right? I said 2 quarters last time. I maybe believe it'll be good till 2017, maybe not at the end. And the reason I say this is because our dollar, folks, is a fiat currency. I'd like to remind everybody this, that nothing is backing up our dollar. It's a piece of paper, technically. All right? It's just a piece of paper. Now, with that being said, what gives the value of our dollar any kind of pertinence? Well, it's the fact that we made an agreement with the oil-producing nation-states in OPEC, which comprise mostly of the Middle Eastern nation-states. We made an agreement with them that they would exclusively trade oil on the world market in U.S. dollars. And that's literally it. That's the only reason why our currency is worth anything, because it's backed up by the fact that all these oil-producing countries are trading in our fiat currency on a global scale. And that's why we call the U.S. dollar the petrodollar. The petrodollar. So as a result, I have heard through the grapevine, I think I've alluded to this on several shows, that Mnuchin, Ross, Trump, they all know what's going on here. Now, what they are attempting and contemplating doing is potentially rolling out, in conjunction with the current fiat currency that is currently circulating, a gold or silver-backed currency in an attempt to offset any potential crash, well, I should say impending crash, but we don't know exactly when the hell that's going to be. Now, my speculation on the crash of the petrodollar is somewhere at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. But it also depends on whether or not Donald Trump is going to pull the trigger on opening up American production of oil. Because if for some reason, and as soon as it happens, the oil production of America is opened, the petrodollar is over, in my opinion. I don't understand how anyone could even think that the petrodollar will continue to sustain itself as legitimate currency if we as Americans open up the production of oil to American companies. We will no longer have to purchase oil from OPEC. And if we don't have to purchase oil from OPEC, well, then that gives them no reason to continue to trade their oil on the world market in petrodollars. And in essence, folks, that leaves the fiat currency pretty much down a river without a paddle, with all due respect. So with that being said, folks, that's why I'm a little pessimistic about what's going to happen here. But in the end, there are investments to go into, and that's why I've been saying to people, gold, silver, gold, silver. I mean, that's why during the time of the beginning of True Capitalist Radio, I was telling everybody to invest in the long term, and I was telling everybody to invest in healthcare stocks, because that's all anybody was talking about as it pertained to healthcare reform. They weren't talking about single payer back then. Every circle of political influence, and believe me, I'm from Austin, folks. Remember, Karl Rove lives in Austin. A couple of press secretaries are out of Austin. Gibbs is out of Austin. So, I mean, you can find out what's going on just by talking to a few of these guys at Congress bars. All right, they go to these bars on Congress Street here, and the word is that. In my view, I think what's going to happen here is that we're going to have a potential rollout. Oh, man, you know what? I shouldn't even speculate, but you get where I'm going. I don't want to speculate because I have to see what's going to happen here. We have to look at whether or not Trump is going to pull the trigger on actual production. He could not. He could make a negotiation with the OPEC countries, which is what I believe he could do, which could sustain the petrodollar for the next 4 years. So that is a very key issue on what's going to happen as it pertains to the future of the petrodollar. But I do know that these people are going to roll out some level, or at least talking about rolling out some level of gold or silver-backed currency to float with the fiat currency currently out here. And with that being said, gold is being talked about, silver is being talked about. That's all I keep hearing. So it's a great potential to entertain if you want to potentially hedge against any uncertainty. And to be honest with you, that's what George Soros keeps saying. And listen, I'm not putting George Soros on any kind of pedestal, but there's a reason why this guy's worth $25 billion. All right, he's not a stupid idiot. And not to mention, even if he is stupid, it's only because he over-speculated on a very, very, on a very, very slight chance. He's one of those guys, you win big, you lose big. He's one of those guys. So as a result, he has made substantial investments in gold and silver. And I know that the Wall Street Journal and other business journals have been discussing that, he lost a couple of billion as a result of Trump's election because of the slide of gold and silver. But he was, I think, interviewed here recently by, I forgot what business journal it was. It may have been, I'm not going to say what it was, but it was a business journal. And he said that the market will correct once uncertainty sets in. And I hate to agree with the Prince of freaking Darkness, but I agree with this, and that's why this man is hedged majorly into gold. And he's bought gold mining stocks, physical gold, silver. So in my personal opinion, that's an avenue. And I would also entertain the idea of opening up businesses or inventing something, because right now, that's a time to diversify right now, because Trump wants jobs, Trump wants an economy, and when we finally see the final plan of his tax plan, after it's debated and gutted and amended by the damn Congress, once we see it, it'll show that this man is going to put in initiatives for small business, and that is also a hedge, even if you're not a small business person. I mean, Dan Pena, which I admire very, very much what's going on with Dan Pena. This man says it correctly when he says, don't start up profit, because that's the hardest thing to do, trying to start up something. Takes time, effort, energy, and not to mention the odds are against you. Go and buy profit, So I would advise folks, if you've got a pretty good substantial amount of money and you see some maybe successful small businesses within your community, or if you go and scout, other small businesses that potentially are successful in other communities, go make them an offer. I mean, look at the books, you know what I'm saying? I mean, take a look at what's going on. And for you folks that don't understand or know how to do this, I would advise you to watch the show, The Prophet, just 2 or 3 episodes of it. You don't have to, it gets a little redundant at times, but still, you learn a lot from watching that show. This guy, Marcus Lemonis, all right, he goes and buys businesses and makes them profitable. Now, he doesn't just go and buy any business, folks. He buys businesses with actual assets, with actual income streams, with an actual infrastructure and a system, protocol, that sort of thing, so that all he has to do is see where the kinks are in the chain of command preventing profitability and rectifies them. And before you know it, he turns these damn fledgling, if not non-profitable businesses into major profitable, growth-sustaining businesses. So that's why I'm saying, I think, you got gold, silver, you got business ventures I think that people should entertain. I think people should entertain also production business ventures. If you can innovate and produce, since Trump is no longer has put America no longer part of the TPP, I expect a lot more emphasis on American product. So I would advise you to look for a niche, look for a market that's open, that has been pretty much dominated by Chinese goods or cheap goods, and try to develop a good American product. Because I think, in my opinion, that's where it's at. I think that we're headed towards this direction, and that's why Trump and Mnuchin and Ross, they're a little less concerned about the market and the dollar at this point in time. They're actually going out and trying to talk to businesses and say, look, come over here, invest, buy capital goods, bring the $4 trillion offshore back to America, create jobs, we'll give you incentives. We need jobs that are high enough to be able to suffice the American good price so that we can make things good again, make America great again. So once again, folks, that's my opinion. I don't mean to go off on this diatribe about it, but the essence of this 30-minute diatribe was the fact that the Dow Jones Industrial's 20,000-point break today is a trap. It's a goddamn trap, and it's the fund managers colluding with one another so that they can lure naive investors to hold the bag when these people start incrementally selling off. And that's all there is to it, folks. I mean, and the proof is in the pudding. And if you just tuned in and don't understand, well, then back up 30 minutes, and I explained it thoroughly. And for those folks that are listening in and tweeting at me saying you're absolutely right, thank you. I'm glad there's people that are starting to realize that there's nothing justifying these index averages. It's a trap. There's not that many people trading in the market anyway. I mean, this market is dominated by fund managers. I mean, anyway, let's get to the market, because I don't want to go off on this, because it's been all over the news today. People have been circle jerking about it like it's a big deal. I mean, still, consumer sentiment sucks. I mean, we see in the retail earnings that nobody's buying crap. I mean, I can go on and on, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's nothing justifying this crap. Anyway, let's get to the Dow Jones Industrials, all right? The pump and dump was in today. Dow Jones Industrials up 155.80 points. A percentage increase of 0.78%, closing out the Dow at 20,068.51 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. I'm telling you, man, this is just pure hype, and everybody who's buying in at these all-time highs, I'm telling you, watch, when this market contracts, watch the correlation of people killing themselves. I hate to say this. Watch the correlation of people killing themselves and those that made heavy investment at the 20,000, 19,000 level of the Dow Jones Industrial. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding around. Anyway, let's continue going here. We've got the S&P 500. It is up today, 18.30 points, a percentage increase of 0.80%, closing out the S&P at 298.37 points for the S&P 500. I mean, this is, even the S&P is ridiculous. We're approaching 2,300 S&P. What's justifying this? I remember a lot of these stock analysts, these supposed stock experts, were saying that the S&P, based on the earnings, was supposed to drop to about 1,100. Remember that? It wasn't that long ago either. Now we're seeing S&P at almost 2,300 points. You got to be joking, man. You people are idiots. You know what? You people that are buying at these high rates, you deserve to be holding the bag. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm serious. I'm not joking around. Anyway, folks, where are we at? The NASDAQ. That's right. The NASDAQ is also up like an idiot. All right? The NASDAQ is up 55.38 points, a percentage increase of 0.99%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,656.34 points for the NASDAQ composite. And this is another index that's going nuts because, I mean, maybe the pharmaceutical companies may be holding up a little bit of this 5,656, but the tech industry is comprised mostly within the NASDAQ composite. And what I find very interesting is that a lot of these tech companies, and look, you know it, and I wouldn't know what's going on here. None of these tech companies, with the exception of the old oligarchs that have been around since like the early 2000s and in the 90s, all these other new tech companies are doing nothing more than have pumped and dumped themselves. Because let's be honest, most tech companies are pumped and dumped because they have, 2, 3, 4 rounds of venture capitalist funding. I mean, this is the most ridiculous, dumbass market. You know what? It makes me sick. The whole tech industry makes me sick. And you want to know why it makes me sick? Because nobody's really producing a goddamn thing. Nobody's producing a goddamn thing. All you got to do is just show you got a propped up little stupid fruity-ass old tech company that produces a fruity app or some kind of a dumb service or some crap, not even profitable. All it's got to do is just get some venture capitalist idiots feeling funny in the pants and thinking, hey, that's a nice kooky idea. That's very innovative. I like it. And then these idiots are throwing millions of dollars at these stupid tech companies, and then within, a year they blow it all, and then they go for another second round of venture capitalist funding. I mean, that's not how business works, okay, guys? You tech guys out there, you idiots that just think that you could just continuously get more and more funding without actually producing a goddamn thing. I mean, that's the story of the NASDAQ. I mean, have you heard about Uber, for Christ's sake? It's losing I don't know how many billions of dollars, and the only reason that it's still around is because of the influx of cash from venture capitalists. I mean, it's stupid, man. I mean, you got Snapchat, which is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in my life. They're talking about an IPO, initial public offering, where they're expecting, I mean, this is how cocky and ridiculous these people think that the freaking tech market is at this point in time in the NASDAQ. I mean, they think they're going to get like freaking $40 billion in this initial public offering. I mean, how does that, first of all, what market share, I mean, how much market share are they giving out, first of all? I mean, and that's pretty saturated if you think about it, $40 billion. And how much are they selling it for? And you see, is Snapchat profitable? I don't think so. So this is what I'm saying. The NASDAQ is even bigger fool's gold than the Dow. I'm serious. It's a trap. I'm serious. Don't do it. Don't get your money involved in it. Don't even bother. Don't even bother, man. You might as well get yourself a badass classic car. You'll get a better return on investment, believe it or not. I'm not even joking. I mean, if you're going to burn your money at these high prices in the stock market, why don't you just get yourself a classic car? I'm serious. You know, I mean, just research a little bit. Just think of one that's in demand here that, future car collectors want. It's going to be hot for the next 3 or 4 years. Get yourself a classic car, ride around in it, get the women a little bit whenever they see you cruising down the street with it, and then sell it off in a couple of years for a goddamn profit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, anyway, listen, I'm sorry I'm going off keister. Let me get on to commodities, folks. I'm just sad to see that there's going to be so many people goofed in this market, and then, when they lose all their money, that they blame the market, and I don't blame them, but it's not like no one's telling them this is happening. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get to energy here, all right? We've got WTI sweet crude down today, folks, 24 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.45%, closing out WTI sweet crude at $52.94 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. And the reason we're seeing such weird kind of stale, stagnant movement within the oil market is because OPEC can't even oblige their own damn production cuts. And Saudi Arabia is the one kind of like reneging on the damn production cut. These are the guys that are running OPEC. These are the guys organizing the production cut, and they can't even get it. Jesus Christ. Let me calm down. Let me calm down here. Because I'm not supposed to be screaming, but give me a freaking break. I mean, OPEC talks about a production cut, say they want to see the price of oil go up to $65. Meanwhile, we got so many people within the agreement not even obliging the agreement. They're overproducing the agreed It's just stupid. This proves that OPEC is falling apart, and it's no longer a valid organization. It's over. You guys are over there, OPEC. You're done. And I don't blame Saudi. You know, these idiots have burned so much money on themselves that their country now is fledgling. They had to inject, I don't know how many, I think it was $20 billion here, I think in the summer, right before the fall, in an attempt to keep their damn banks solvent. And the reason is because these idiots in Saudi Arabia were used to these $110 barrels of oil and blowing it on themselves. I mean, you know that these Saudi royal family idiots, one of the princes, he's got a yacht. Okay, this goes to show you how sick these freaking Saudis are and how contradictory they are to their own religion, Islam. This one Saudi prince has got a yacht, and the yacht's name is, and I kid you not, Tits. Tits. I'm not joking around. I think that was on a Barbara Wowo 2020 special that I saw some years back. Yeah. Tits is the name of the damn yacht of the Saudi royal family. I mean, that just goes to show you the utter vulgarness of their spendaholic mentality on themselves. I mean, they are just disgusting. And listen, I would love to see the Saudi Arabians fall, to be honest with you. These people are pieces of trash. All right, they're the ones that have funded the madrasas all across the country, all across the world. They're the ones that have helped fanatical Islamic factions like the Taliban. They are also funding Al-Shabaab in Africa. They're funding Abu Sayyaf in the Philippines and Indonesia. They're funding them all. They're funding them all. So to see them collapse because their oil isn't worth a damn thing anymore would be comical to me, to say the least. Anyway, let's get to Brent crude. Brent crude is down today 6 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.11%, closing out Brent crude at $55.38 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Gasoline took it on the teeth today. It was down 2.89%. 2.89% decrease for gasoline. And, of course, the feast or famine commodity, natural gas, up today, 2.53% increase on the day for natural gas. I got to figure out how to play this, man. I mean, I'd like these 2% increases on my money on a consistent basis. I'd like a 5% increase. Now, of course, there's a flip side to that coin in that these things do go down that percentage in rate as well. So, got to figure out how to play this, whether via ETF, ETN. I know there's a couple of people in the inner circle that play natural gas. I've got to check it out, man. I like these big swings. Anyway, we got heating oil down today, folks. 1.43% decrease on the day. Let's go ahead and get to the precious metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got We've got gold down today, folks. Sorry, gold is down $10.40, a percentage decrease of 0.86%, closing out gold at $1,240 per troy ounce of gold. Now, of course, you were going to see this sell-off in gold, folks, because, well, everybody got pumped and dumped in the equities market, and that's traditionally what you would like to see in financial fundamentals, is that when you see equities go up, you should see commodities, specifically metals, come down. But I think these people are getting I think they're getting bamboozled. I think we've talked about that already. Let's continue going. Silver is also down today, 17 cents, a percentage decrease of 1.02%, closing out silver at $17.01 per troy ounce of silver. And let me tell you, I am bullish on gold and silver, folks. I'm serious. I am bullish on gold and silver. That's all there is to it. Bullish on it. I mean, it can only go up from here based upon all the uncertainty that we're seeing down the road here. So I have suggested that the traditional 10 to 15% of metals in one's portfolio that traditionally one should have, I'm increasing that here to about 30%. And that's my advice for folks that are out there trying to figure out how to offset potential losses in the future. 30%, 25-30% of your portfolio should at least comprise of some metals, in my opinion. Anyway, let's continue going. And that includes stocks, too. That includes metals, stocks, ETFs, ETNs, physical metal, physical gold, coins, folks. I think people really underestimate the coin market. And the reason I say that, aside from the coin value and its spot value based upon its weight, it's also valuable in many different regards based upon the nuances of the coin itself. I mean, there are some coins that are sought after because they're minted out of a certain mint, or they came out a certain year, or the way the condition of the coin itself. There's a variety of different factors. So when you see an increase in metals, if you have a bunch of coins accumulated, aside from the spot value of the coin going up, the value of the nuance of the coin that makes it valuable goes up as well. And let me tell you, there's a lot of coin people that are in this market that are not they're not afraid to put down for coins. I'm telling you this right now. If you've got a coin that people want, these people aren't afraid to put down $5,000, $1,000, $1,500, $500. They're not afraid to put down these types of prices for coins. I'm telling you, the coin market is hot. It is a hot market right now. And I advise anybody, just to go into it, entertain it, for Christ's sake. People ask me, well, how do I get coins, Ghost? I mean, look, you could go to your local coin shop, but they're going to charge a premium. They're going to charge a premium on top of the spot or book value. What you want to do is you want to go, in my opinion, I hate to promote this, but eBay is probably the best way to purchase coinage. And I'm talking about eBay auctions, not eBay buy it nows. eBay buy it nows, they could put a premium on it. I mean, just don't even bother. Unless you're looking at the coinage and the description of it and the buy it now price is cheaper than the actual spot price, then I would go ahead and do it. But people ain't going to do that. All right, people ain't going to do that. So what we do as far as purchasing coins on eBay is you go for the auction, you look at the market value of whether it's gold or silver, and the value of the coin itself or the value of the metal will never go over the spot value or the value of the coin. So that's what's so reassuring about eBay is that no one's going to pay a premium in the auction sites of coinage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so in my view, I think it's a perfect opportunity to go out there and get some book value, maybe even a little cheaper value than book coins. And I also advise people to look into the grading, the people who grade coins. There is, I think, PCGS, right? And then I think there's NGC. Those are the two major coin grading organizations. And to basically find the value of any coin, you just need the coin number on the actual coin that's graded and be able to look it up, and you'd be able to find the actual book value very, very easily. And as I stated, folks, even if you're holding a coin right now at a certain value, if the metals go up, aside from the spot value of the metal itself going up, the nuances of the coin that creates the value itself will also go up. So that's why very interesting to go into. Anyway, I'm running out of time here, folks. Let me just run through agriculture, and we'll go ahead and move on with the broadcast. Let's go to grains. Corn is up 0.83%. Jesus Christ, I'm getting tongue-tied here. We got wheat down 0.53%. Oats is up 1.27%. Rough rice is down 0.91%. Soybean is down 0.31%. Soybean oil is down 1.16% decrease on the day. We got canola down 0.19%. Let's get to the soft, shall we? We've got cocoa, after seeing dramatic increases leading up to today, down today 0.41%. Coffee is up 0.36% for all you Starbucks lovers. We've got sugar. Sugar is down today 1.17%. We've got orange juice up modestly today. It is up 0.66%. We got cotton up today 0.42%. Lumber is up today, oddly. It is up 2.46% increase on the day. Rubber is up. I'm telling you, it's because of Valentine's Day, isn't it? Rubber is up 2.15% increase on the day. Ethanol is down 1.41% decrease on the day. Let's go ahead and get to livestock, shall we? We've got live cattle up today modestly 0.23%. Cattle feeder down today 0.25%. And by God, did anybody see lean hog today? Lean hog is up 3.73% increase on the day for lean hog. What did I tell everybody about lean hog, for Christ's sake, man? Anyway, let's get to the Bitcoin price here. Bitcoin has been very, very, wishy-washy, helter-skelter, and it's been fluctuating in big capacities at this point in time. Now, I'd like to remind everybody that China has a piece of Bitcoin, for Christ's sake. All right, they have these huge Bitcoin farms out here that are the size of freaking football fields, size of huge, warehouses that are actually producing these Bitcoins at a rapid rate. Now, according to reports, and I was talking about this to a couple of people in the inner circle today, as a matter of fact. Hambone Capitalist brought this up. China has up to 3% of the Bitcoins they're producing 3% of the Bitcoins that are being produced today. Because of all the damn Bitcoin farms they have, they're producing 3% of the Bitcoins that are currently being produced. That's a lot of Bitcoin, folks. So why is China doing that? Because why? What has Donald Trump been saying about China since the beginning? They are currency manipulators. They are the master at currency manipulation, and they're farming these Bitcoins so that they can manipulate the currency itself. And the reason why they want to do this, because just imagine, they're farming 3% of the current Bitcoins that are being farmed today. That's a big, huge percentage, folks, okay? And let's say they've accumulated all these Bitcoins, and they just unload all of them on the market. I mean, do you understand how bad that would crash Bitcoin and leave so many people holding the bag at freaking $1,000, $900, $800, $700? I mean, do not think that they're not going to do this. Remember, Davos, Switzerland, at the World Economic Forum, the elites have anointed China as the model of the world. So they are not going to take that position lightly. So they're going to do everything it takes to prevent anything from competing with their potential world currency model, because that's what they announced at Davos, Switzerland. Xi Jinping, or whatever the hell his stupid dumbass name is, the leader of China, he wants the world currency to be China, the new Chinese currency. And he doesn't want the competition of Bitcoin delegitimizing his currency. So what better way to, rectify the problem than manipulating the currency itself? Very simple. Anyway, folks, that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, folks, okay? Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right to Twitter shout-outs. And for you folks that are unaware, all you've got to do right now to get a Twitter shout-out is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. And the tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Live. True Capitalist Radio Live is the tweet to retweet. If you tweet that tweet, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Do we got any Twitter shout-outs there, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. Anyway, we got Capitalist Joe in the place. What's going on? We got Swedish Capitalist. We've got Stay Off My Turf in the house. Who else we got? I'm not saying that name, for heaven's sake. Dorito Burrito in the place. Petrotsky, what's going on? Matt in the Hat, Pro Honky in the house. Once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account if you want a Twitter shout-out live right here in the broadcast. We've got the inner safe space. Shut up, you stupid moron. All right? I bet you're one of those idiots that was posting furry porn, right? Is that it? Anyway, we got Big McLarge Huge, Earl of Pussy Grab. Really? Earl of Pussy Grab? Jesus Christ. We got Brony Drumming, Artron Havoc, AL Game Freak, TPP for my bunghole. Oh, Jesus, you sick, twisted pricks, man. We've got Death to Entitlements. Yeah, no kidding. I can concur with that, man. We've got Dr. Bristle. We've got the AR shopping spree. Look, shut up with that crap, man. We've got, I'm not going to say that. You guys are getting sick. And look, there's the luxury glory hole again. Sick bastards. What's going on to Remington? Chris Vide, what's going on, man? How you doing? Once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account if you want a Twitter shout-out live right here in the broadcast. And do not make it a fruity-ass, milky-licking, butt-loving name, please, all right? And with that being said, there's Billy the Belt Boy. Yeah, that's great. We've got Bash TCA in the place. We've got Sell A&M merch. Just shut up. I'm not going to sell no goddamn Aggie merch, boy. This is Longhorns, boy. We've got Christopher Smith. We've got Sick Disgusting Name. That's a great name. Sick Disgusting Name. We got Sergeant Yoda. We are watching you, Ghost. Oh, okay, great. I'm very happy about it. We got Jimmy Capitalist in the place. We've got Can the Man. We've got, jeez. I mean, you guys stop it with these sick, twisted names. Seriously, all right?
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
We got the Flinch Bird in the house, Scarlet Moon in the place. There's Tweely Atkins. Yeah, Tweely Atkins. Who else do we have here? We've got, I'm not going to say this name. Okay, listen, stop with the sick names. We got Loria Bay, Mary Tyler No More. Oh, gee, man, that's sick. Oh, man, come on. I mean, that woman's corpse is not even cold yet, and you're making fun of this poor lady, man. Her corpse is not even cold yet. Mary Tyler No More, you son of a bitch. Give me the... Hey, leave that poor woman alone, please, all right? Jesus Christ. This woman just barely died, like, what was it, an hour ago? Oh, yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, Mary Tyler Moore is dead, so FYI. And, you know, as you can see, the troll terrorists and cyber vermin, they think it's a big joke. Jesus Christ. Anyway. And here's another one. Look at that. Mary Tyler Moore got canceled. Look at that stupid idiot. Stupid moron. Look. Stop, man. This lady just died like an hour and a half ago, and you people are already doing this? Oh, my God. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, you guys are sick, man. Sell Dow Jones 20K merch. That's not a bad idea, but I don't know. I mean, I got these Valentine's cards coming up here in the next couple of days, so you know, let's see if people want to have a Valentine's Day card from the TCR family. Yeah. And I don't blame them if they want one. You know, it's that lovable time of year, right? You are human and you want to be loved just like everybody else does. So I don't blame you. Anyway, we got the Smiler in the place. We've got Godzilla in the house. I'm not saying any more of that crap. That's disgusting. We got Trim Capitalist. We got Sneak Man in the house. We've got Tech Capitalist. I'm not saying that. We got Smooth Capitalist in the house. What's going on, man? Who else do we have here? Once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, and I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Who else do we have here? We got No Tylenol for Tyler. What the hell does that mean? I don't even want to know what that means, man. Jesus Christ, man. Mary Rigor Mortis. Please stop with the Mary Tyler Moore death jokes, please, man, and the Mary Tyler Moore death names. And can you please stop? We got the spider community, for Christ's sake. Thanks for stocks, Ghost. Yeah, well, no problem. We've got sell Pokemon merch. No, we're not selling Pokemon. No, we're not. You know what? We're not. I don't even think we're going to sell Tohu merch, to be honest with you. I don't even think we're going to do that. I don't know if I'm going down that slippery slope, man. I don't even know if I'm doing that. We got the Brony Network in the house. Mary got tired more. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just shut up about Mary Tyler Moore already. And you see, you guys are already starting to make me scream here. You're already starting to make me yell, and I can't afford to yell, man. My voice is trying to get better. My voice is trying to get better. Anyway, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we're live every Monday through Friday, unless my voice is shot, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, where you can download every episode ever broadcasted absolutely free at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow, all right? Now, I'm only going to take a couple more of these Twitter shout-outs because I can see that this is going to be a Mary Tyler Moore death fest here. So let's just go ahead and continue going. What's going on to the Green Leader? He's in the house. We've got Trump Pump and Dump. Trump Pump and Dump. You son of a bitch. Shut up. All right? Just shut up. Tohu merch confirmed. No, it isn't. No, it's not. It is not confirmed. It's not going to happen. I don't know if I'm going down that slippery slope. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm serious. I'm sorry. Trump's yellow mustard. Shut up. Gunman Trump San Antonio. You son of a... Jesus Christ. Look, man, that's not funny. I mean, this is a freaking jungle out here in San Antonio. San Antonio's a jungle, man. I'm not joking around. Have you looked at the news out here? It's a freaking jungle out here. I mean, give me the mic. Hey, you know there has been 3 mall shootings in this city in the past week? 3. I mean, you can't even go to a shopping mall without the threat of being shot out here in San Antonio. It's a joke. It's an utter joke. So I'm just saying, folks, I listen, that's not funny. This is a sick display of human ignorance that's happening out here in San Antonio, Texas. And let me tell you, I blame the city government of San Antonio, Texas. I mean, this city government in this town should be ashamed of itself. I'm serious, and they have no shame. They're bureaucrats, all of them. All of them. Stupid, sick, bureaucratic pricks. Jesus Christ. Anyway, where the hell was I at, for Christ's sake? All right, let's take some more Twitter shout-outs. What's going on to OG Toru? What's going on, man? We got Havel the Rock. I don't even know how to pronounce it. That's a foreign name. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I mean, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's not even written in English. Kick Ghost out of the circle. What the hell are you talking about? It's my circle, asshole. Kick Ghost out of the circle. I'll kick your ass. Son of a bitch. Death to stranded fatties. Okay, great. Let me say, tohus for ghosts, not plague. Shut up. In her synagogue. In her synagogue. Jesus. Look, man, can you all just shut up with these stupid, dumbass, ridiculous names, for Christ's sake? We got Australia Day distilling. That's right. Today is Australia Day, folks, which is not necessarily the Independence Day of Australia, but it's when the first ship of Australians washed up the shore to Australia and then saw the Aborigines and started butchering up like it was no big deal. Anyway, happy Australia Day. Who else do we have here? And I bet you all the Australian chaps are like, hey, you know, fuck you, Ghost. Excuse my French. I'm just trying to sit here and have a shrimp under the barbie here, and I'm trying to have some Foster's beer, and you're gonna bring up the Aborigine. I'm just saying, all right? Anyway, we've got, I'm not going to say that disgusting name, for Christ's sake. Oh, look, there's the Whore Master. Oh, yes, I am the Whore Master. Oh, yes. Jesus Christ, man. Who else do we have here, for heaven's sake? We've got Cancer 1, Mary 0. I mean, did she die of cancer? That's sad, man. It's why you got to hate on somebody for dying of the cancer? How come y'all weren't making fun of Q, that bastard, with World Star Hip Hop creator? How come you weren't making fun of that bastard when he died? You know? I mean, if anybody needs to be made fun of, it's that idiot who exploited black degeneracy, black ghettofied degeneracy to make him filthy rich. I don't think it's a coincidence that this guy died in his sleep because he got rich off of other people's strife, off of other people's hurt, off of other people's anguish, poverty. And every time somebody gets their ass kicked, what do you hear? World Star! World Star! Hey guys, why doesn't everybody just stop what they're doing while they're fighting and look at the guy saying World Star and just start rolling the guy that says World Star from now on? How about that? Whenever you're out there in the midst of a goddamn brawl, the guy that says World Star has to be put out on a stretcher. All right? That's the new rule. I am making it. Now that Q is dead, all right? Hey, black folks, since y'all like being led around by white people in blackface like Sean King and Rachel Doziel, I am now the leader of blacks, all right? I am now the leader of blacks, and I now command the blacks to beat the bejesus out of anybody who yells, World Star! I'm not joking around. I am the leader of blacks right now. Kick the crap out of everybody who says, World Star! I'm telling you, and for everybody that's like, what, you're the, what, black people? What are you talking about, Ghost? Hey, I'm telling you, I've always said I would kick Eminem's ass if I saw him in the street. You know, beat him up, bloody pulp, leave him in there with in a puddle of his own blood and piss. And I would stand there and wait for the cops. You want to know why? Because I'm telling you, once I entered into county jail and it was announced that I whooped Eminem's ass, I would become Mr. Black People. I'd become Mr. Black People. Man, these black guys would be hoisting me on their shoulders, for Christ's sake, because I beat that cracker's ass. I'd become Mr. Black People. Anyway, with that being said, once again, black folk, go out, beat the crap out of anybody in a fight scene that says, World Star! With that being said, let's continue going. We got M. Cook in the house. What's going on? We've got Game Over Mary Tyler. Yeah, real funny, for Christ's sake. We've got Barron popping off in San Antonio. What the hell does that mean, Barron popping off in San Antonio? What the hell is that supposed to mean? What does that mean? We've got the pancake slut. Or, you know what? That's it. The pancake slut. Get this. All right. You know what? That's it. I'm not taking any more Twitter shout-outs after the freaking pancake slut. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, give me the mic. Give me the mic. And look, I got people on Twitter now saying I'm racist because I'm announcing myself the leader of blacks here. You know that? You know what I'm saying? Now I am the bad guy. All right, now all of a sudden I'm a racist bastard because I am announcing myself as the leader of blacks. Hey, Sean King is announcing himself as the leader of blacks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they even hired him at the Young Turks. I mean, give me a break. That's how much goofed he's got the left into believing that he's black. And you know what his explanation is? Sean King's explanation is, to be honest with you, the reason that he doesn't show on his birth certificate that he's black. And look, I mean, you're talking about throwing your mother under the bus. This son of a bitch said his mother was a slut bag that hopped on Alabama Black Snake, and out came this idiot. Now, let me tell you, if that was the case, he'd have a little bit lighter shade of brown on him than that disgusting white fluorescent glow of his freaking white skin. I mean, this brother is whiter than white, okay? He's whiter than white. Anyway, I've had enough. Let's move on, okay? I've had about enough talking about this. Let's go into Donald Trump news, folks, because I unfortunately missed the show yesterday because my voice was shot. But let's go ahead and get right into Donald Trump news because we're winning. We're winning, yeah. We're winning, baby. All right? And I know that it pisses off each and every one of these leftists. I know it pisses off each and every one of these Democrats, but you just got to sit there and take it and eat it. Eat it! Eat it! I better calm down before I lose my voice here, but you're just going to have to eat it there, boy. Now, what have I been saying leading up to January 20th? What did I say? That Donald Trump is going to hit the ground running and he was going to start signing executive orders, and by God, that's exactly what he has done. He has signed executive orders, folks, that basically are going to gut Obamacare. He has signed executive orders getting rid of the United States obligation to TPP. He has now signed orders, all right, to begin immigration reform. He has signed executive orders to build the wall, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Woo! And, man, I'm telling you, this is great, man. And not to mention, he did also sign an executive order basically cutting the funding on promoting and paying for abortions abroad. Now, what's unfortunate about this is that the media tried to curb this and tried to spin this in a way that somehow Donald Trump took away aspects of abortion from women. And when he signed this executive order, women were like, oh, it's my body. I can kill my kid in my womb. It's a parasite. It's my body. Because that's what these women think. I mean, have you heard them? I mean, they love killing their kids out there at the Women's March. That's what they were talking about. That's what they were talking about. They were talking, no. This is my body, okay? I'm a woman. Hear me roar. And it's my body. And if I want to vacuum out the kid out of my uterus pipe, I can do it because the kid is not human. He is a part of me. He is a parasite, okay? And I can vacuum a parasite out of my uterus pipe anytime I want to. That's what this was all about, folks. So anyway, that being said, Donald Trump did not outlaw or he didn't do anything to abortion. He just cut funding for abortions to be paid for abroad. And really, why are we paying for abortions abroad? I'll tell you why, folks. Because we are paying for the abortions of rapings of different areas of the world of soldiers who have invaded geopolitical areas. Hell, even the United Nations. Okay? Let's be honest. Come on, man. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest what the hell that funding was. I'm just saying, that's why we paid for abortions abroad, folks. We paid for abortions because whenever soldiers go in and go into a province or a geopolitical area, what's the first thing they do after kicking ass and taking names and seeing their boys getting shot next to them? They go out and have a rape, you know? And whether that's wrong or right, obviously, in my view, it's wrong. But, you know, let me tell you something, folks. One of the biggest episodes of rape in in world history was the time in which the Russians finally took over Germany. And when the Russians took over Germany, folks, it was the biggest mass raping in world history. And the Russians thought it was justified. So how come I don't ever hear any kind of, woman strife as it relates to that? How come I don't ever hear these women at the Women's March talking about how the United Nations exploits young girls in third world nations in exchange for food that they're supposed to be giving them because the United Nations is supposed to be a peacekeeping organization? How come you don't talk about that? And if you think I'm lying, hey, you're on the internet. Look up UN sex exploitation food. Just look up that and see how many things come up. How come I didn't hear anything about that? Jesus Christ. Anyway, look, I don't want to talk about too much about the women's thing right now. I'm going to talk about it here in a little bit. I'm talking about Donald Trump winning, baby. He's saying everything that he is implementing everything he said he was going to. And I just have to commend the man for hitting the ground running, not wasting time. And what did I tell you? Within 100 days, this is going to be a whole new America. This is going to be a whole new America, baby. And he's going to build the wall. Now, of course, the left is going to come at Donald Trump and state that the taxpayers, all right, the taxpayers are initially funding the wall. And the reason that the taxpayers are initially funding the wall, folks, because we ain't got time to wait for Mexico. We ain't got time to wait for these people, all right? We need to build that wall so that Mexico and the rest of the world doesn't keep dumping the riffraff of their countries onto us. I mean, it'd be a different story if these people that were coming across the border were actually making contributions in innovation, in medicine, in tech, in science. But no, they are a detriment on our society. That's why these countries have dumped them on us. And truth be told, folks, the true motive, it's always been the true motive around illegal immigration. It's cheap labor. It's cheap labor. It's a way for leftists to pander to the supposed heartstrings of immigration in that, they're just trying, they're coming in here, and they're citizens. We need to open our borders. We love them. The liberals are actually doing something in disguise. They are utilizing the guise of humanity or the guise of humanitarianism as it pertains to the immigration issue so that they can pander to their masters who donate to their campaign contribution accounts in cheap labor. Now, here's one article, folks. I want to thank Metroid Junkie for tweeting this at me. Here's a good example of UN peacekeepers sexually exploiting hundreds of Haitian women for food. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about, folks. Where is the Women's March on that? Unbelievable, man. Unfreaking believable. Anyway, folks, and moreover, you know, listen, I know I keep getting Women's March stuff, and there's just too much of it to show. But look at this woman that I'm about to retweet. She's holding up a sign stating, if abortions are murder, then blowjobs are cannibalism. Yeah. You see this? This is the rational thinking in the free American or the free westernized woman's head. This is what they're thinking. This is it right here. Huh? They love killing their kids. It's obvious. I mean, it goes along the same lines on why tigers eat their young. I'm serious. I'm not joking around. Anyway, listen. We're going to get to that in a second. I want to talk Trump news here, man. This is my president. He's fulfilling all his obligations. This is a capitalist revolution, and I'm loving every minute of it. And on top of which, folks, remember all this voter fraud, and remember all this recount Jill Stein garbage, and remember all this collusion with Jill Stein and the Hillary Clinton campaign, and that there's voter fraud, and it's not a legitimate election, and this and that. And remember how we always hear these leftists and liberals state that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by 4 million, 3 million, whatever the hell it is. Folks, there were millions of illegal immigrants that should have never have voted in this damn election that voted, okay? And I'm talking millions. I mean, the estimate is 3 to 4 million. I think it's even more than that. I mean, you take a look at all the sanctuary cities across the country, and especially in California, where they're giving illegal immigrants driver's licenses, they're giving them bank accounts. So I'm telling you this right now, there were millions upon millions of illegal immigrants that voted in the presidential election of 2016 that should not have voted. Moreover, if we start investigating each and every one of these votes, we'll also start finding miraculous anomalies of dead people voting for Hillary Rotten Clinton. Now, with that being said, Donald Trump has said here recently that he would have won the popular vote had illegal immigrants not voted in 3 to 4 million plus abundance. And the media continues to try to lie and suggest that this claim has been debunked. It has not been debunked, folks. These mainstream media idiots are lying in stating that the claim that 3 to 4, 5 plus million illegal immigrants voted in this election, that particular claim is debunked, is a lie. And with that being said, Trump now is going to investigate voter fraud in the 2016 election. He's going to flip the goddamn issue right on their stupid leftist heads. And right when Donald Trump announced this investigation into voter fraud, all of a sudden the same people that were touting Jill Stein recount, voter fraud, and all this other nonsense, now all of a sudden those same people don't want Donald Trump investigating voter fraud? I mean, how convenient, huh? Oh. I mean, you see what I'm saying, folks? I mean, now Donald Trump is like, look, I've got control of state power. Let's look into it. And let's go and audit the vote. Y'all want to audit the vote? We'll audit the goddamn vote. How about that, leftists? How about that? So that's why I'm saying, folks, I mean, give me a break with the left. I mean, now Donald Trump is saying, hey, if there's voter fraud, I want to know about it. Let's investigate it. And now the left and the mainstream media are crying foul because Trump wants to investigate it. Because I'm telling you, the left doesn't want their tactics, their voter fraud tactics being known. They don't want them to know that they double and triple register folks in different counties and different precincts. They don't want to talk about and have exposed that they have a roll of dead voters that vote on a consistent basis in certain democratically dominated precincts. They don't want it to be exposed that they gave countless illegal immigrants votes and the right to vote 3 or 4 or 5-fold. So the same illegal immigrant could have voted 2, 3, 4, 5 times because what? Because they have no documentation. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm just saying. And somebody's criticizing me online saying, why are you so pro-life all of a sudden, Ghost? I'm not pro-life. First of all, let me explain something, okay? I am for anybody wanting to just go away. If you want to kill yourself, okay? You know, I'm not joking around. I mean, you know, I don't believe in safety helmets. I don't believe in seat belts. I don't believe in cancer warnings. I don't believe in any of this garbage, all right? I don't believe it. We are saving entirely too many people in this world. And the proof is in the amount of dumb imbeciles that are just walking around out here. We're saving entirely too many lives. Now, as it pertains to abortion, listen, I think that there is a certain line that one needs to draw as it pertains to abortion, in that you don't use abortion as a means to birth control because you don't want to tell the guy to put a Jimmy hat on his pink willy, or yourself take a goddamn pill to prevent you from being goddamn impregnated, for heaven's sake, all right? But in my personal opinion, if it comes down to a choice between a woman who is obviously dumb, obviously incompetent, obviously not capable of taking care of herself, let alone a kid, I mean, I think that that's a viable alternative, in my personal opinion. I have been to these shelters. I have been to these foster care homes. I have been to these orphanages. And look, this is something I do on my spare time. I'm not like these liberals. I'm not a liberal that goes out and puts a freaking spotlight on myself and says, hey, look at me. I spend my spare time sometimes on holidays at orphanages. Look, here's me on camera doing it. No, I do it out of my own free will.
Is your garage full of old paint that you'll never use? I know mine is. Avocado green, hot pink, antique white. That is a nice shade of white, though. You know, it's easy to recycle your paint all over California. Keep what you need and recycle the rest. Find a drop-off site near you at paintcare.org.
And you haven't seen nothing, you sons of bitches haven't seen nothing until you go into an orphanage and you see children that are not wanted. They know they're not wanted. They know no one cares about them. And when they see somebody new coming into the orphanage that is outside the realm of their protocol, they think it's a potential way out. And you can see it in their faces. It's much like puppies in a pound that know that their day is numbered, that they could eventually be gassed to death and put in a garbage can. They're like puppies coming into a new person coming into the pound begging. I mean, their eyes are desperate. It's disgusting. And I challenge you, you sacks of crap, all right? For you pro-lifers that, think that, we can take care of them. Oh, yeah? We can take care of them? Go to a goddamn orphanage. Go in there and watch these children come up to you begging to take them away. And you tell me, oh, yeah, we can take care of them, I'll take care of them. Well, where the hell are you to take care of these unwanted children out here in abundance? And you know what's sad about it, folks, is you know who these children who are left out that nobody wants, you know who they end up being victimized by? The same people that are behind this Pizzagate nonsense. These same kind of characters. I mean, where do you think they get these children to partake in these sick, sadistic, twisted activities, folks? They go after children that are not going to be missed. They go after children that are not wanted. I mean, I'm telling you, man, go to an orphanage if you don't believe me. Go to an orphanage. Go see the desperation in children's eyes. I mean, these are unwanted children. Unwanted children that are like puppy dogs in a pound, man. They're freaking animals in a goddamn orphanage. And you mean to tell me that, I'm pro-life and I'm going to take care of all of them? Yeah, you're going to take care of all of them? Folks, there's nothing more tragic in my life than seeing unwanted life in an orphanage, desperate for somebody to care, desperate for somebody to love them, desperate for anything. And good point by Angry Grandpa on Twitter. You have so much red tape now when it comes to adopting these poor kids that it's easier to go and import one from a foreign country. Look, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade about that, folks, but I am very, very serious. I mean, for you pro-lifers out there, instead of going in front of abortion clinics, which believe me, I understand that's a necessity. Okay, you need to show some of these women that, hey, if you're going to do this, you need to know what you're going to do, and don't ever do it again if you are doing it because you can't take care of this child. Don't use this as a means of birth control. But you go out there to these damn orphanages and take a look at all these unwanted children out here, man. It is one of the most depressing sights you'll ever see in your life. Sometimes I can't even be around these children. I try to be, macho and, I try to be the man I am. I try to be a bad man. And there's nothing that will bring tears to your eyes. I have to leave and go to the bathroom whenever I donate my time to these children. And cry and realize, man, these children are born innocent. They didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be here. Anyway, listen, I'm going to move on from that subject. I'm sorry, folks. I was talking about Donald Trump investigating voter fraud and how the left is all of a sudden crying foul when they were the ones that initiated this whole endeavor to begin with. And now that their potential voter fraud is going to be spotlighted for all to see, now they're crying foul that Donald Trump is going to investigate potential voter fraud. And as I stated, you're going to find that there are millions of illegal immigrants that voted. And, folks, that should have never have happened. I don't care sanctuary city. I don't care what you try to justify it as. I'd like to challenge every one of you that are pro-immigrant, that are actually condoning immigrants voting in our election. I'd like for you to go down to Mexico illegally, okay, smuggle yourself in there, and then go and try to vote in Mexico and see what happens to you. I'd like for you to go out there to any country and smuggle yourself into the country and then go and try to vote and try to be political and see what happens to you. So that's why I'm saying I don't understand how come these really blinded, ridiculous morons who condone immigrants voting in our election, how come they can justify it in our election, but Mexico, who has a wall along the Guatemalan border, all right, which has tougher immigration laws on its country's books than we do here in America, how come it's okay for them to conduct their immigration policy as they see fit, but when it comes to America, all of a sudden it's racist, huh? Oh, all of a sudden it's racist, isn't it? What a bunch of crap. What a bunch of crap. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me move on, folks. We've got a lot of things to talk about out here. I know we were talking a little bit about the Million Women's March that was happening all over the westernized world, unfortunately, this past weekend. When we saw a herd of uglies and fatties waddling their asses around with pussy hats and pussy costumes and literally foul-mouthed four-letter words flinging around all over the place thinking that they were accomplishing something. Meanwhile, you had all of the left championing this disgusting display of human ignorance via the women this weekend. Our old friends from Black Lives Matter had to chime in about this. And guess what Black Lives Matter has to say about the Millions Women's March? You want to know what they said? They said it's racist. Now, you see this? You see what's happening? Now the left is going to start eating each other now. You see, you've got groups competing against other groups in the left. Did you hear about this? Black Lives Matter is now saying that the Women's March was racist. And the reason it was racist is because and this is what one of these Black Lives Matter leaders was quoted as saying, that the coverage of the Millions Women's March was a racist attempt at trying to facilitate a good image to white women who were acting vulgar, who were acting disgusting. I'm not joking around. I mean, they were saying that the coverage, I'm talking about Black Lives Matter, they were saying the coverage of the Millions Woman March was racist because it portrayed these women in a good light. And every time that there's any supposed Black Lives Matter protest, the media, according to this person, this representative of Black Lives Matter, always portrays Black Lives Matter events as violent, as vile, as foul-mouthed, so on and so forth. I mean, can you believe this crap? I mean, come on. Although the good part about it is that the left is eating itself, all right? Because I'm telling you right now, this progressive left is literally eating itself to death. And I'm loving every minute of it. I mean, look, here's another example of the women that were protesting out there at the Millions Woman March. Here, look at this. Hear this. Look at, she's holding a sign. She has a cat, what looks like a Catwoman costume, a face mask. She's grabbing her vag and is holding a sign saying, "This pussy grabs back." I mean, just imagine, this is somebody's mother. This is somebody's sister. This is somebody's cousin. I mean, with all due respect, ladies, okay, I hate to go back to this because, I mean, initially the whole reason why we're talking about this is because Black Lives Matter is claiming that the coverage of the Millions Woman March was racist and that they portrayed this movement as a supposed safe, nice, very politically based movement, and they chastised and bastardized Black Lives Matter protests. That's the claim. But aside from that, as I stated, you ladies have thrown yourself backwards at least 40 or 50 years, all right? At least 40 or 50 years with this kind of nonsense. I mean, how in the hell can you ladies ever demand respect ever again after this episode of disgusting filth? I mean, ladies going around with vagina costumes and pussy hats and foul-mouthed, disgusting signs. And I mean, I can't believe this. I can't believe that women have basically gone down the shame totem pole below shamelessness. I mean, how do you ladies ever think that you're ever going to be taken serious again? I'm sorry. I'm legitimately asking you. I'm legitimately asking. And look, here's some more. I'm gonna keep tweeting these. This is what the Women's March was all about. Look at this. Here's this other one. My menstrual blood will flow throughout the streets, fighting for women of all genders. Look at this. Here it is right here. Look at this. Look. Look at this garbage. Look at this crap. I mean, what the hell is going on with this garbage, man? Anyway, look, I'm just saying, you women, y'all have thrown yourselves backwards, and I'm advocating all the American chaps that are in this country. You know what? You don't have to respect women anymore. I'm sorry. You don't have to respect them anymore. They're going to go out there and disrespect themselves like that. Why in the hell would you want to be chivalrous to a bunch of loose, disgusting, despicable, foul-mouthed, fat pieces of trash like this? And that's why I'm telling all these young chaps out here, I know that it's been hard. I know there's a lot of young guys that don't really have very much experience with women because women are such, for a lack of a better term, cunts. You know? I hate to excuse my French, but that's the way it is. And I'm telling each and every one of these young men out here that haven't had too much experience with women, why don't you just go and get yourself a mail-order bride, man? Get yourself a mail-order bride. And listen, she may be Americanized here in about 5 to 10 years, but at least you have that experience. At least you'll have that experience on whether or not you want to live with a woman, you need a woman, or you want to be a bachelor. I mean, at least you have that experience. These women out here are robbing you chaps from that experience because not only do these women want to be this, I don't know, superhuman. I mean, that's literally what they want to be known as. They want to be known as superhumans and that everything they do is right and everything they say is absolutely great. And at the same time, they want you to pay the bills. They want you to go and serenade them from the balcony. They want you to screw them 7 ways from Sunday. They want you to be in the kitchen now and make them a sandwich. They want you to accept that they're fat, disgusting, Tupperlard, slovenly-looking pieces of trash. They want you to accept this. And in my personal opinion, all right, it's time for you guys to just, you know what we have to do? I'm telling you. Look, I got my wife. I've got one. So, I mean, I'm lucky. You guys aren't. I think that you've got to repopulate the woman demographic in this country. Let's start importing women. I'm not joking. We're going to have to start importing women that appreciate the freedoms that they have in this country. It's time to start importing women to make America great again. It's time to start importing pussy. I'm sorry I said it. It had to be said. It's time to start importing pussy. I'm sorry. You ladies started this. You ladies did this. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. All of you should all be ashamed of yourselves. It's time to start importing pussy. And the reason I say this, folks, is not to be funny. I'm not trying to say this to be funny. I am dead serious. Because, let me tell you, the only way you're going to be able to combat these women from doing this is if you import women that appreciate what's going on and appreciate their freedoms and appreciate America. Because these women sure as hell don't. I mean, in any other country, folks, if these women were to do this, they'd be hosed down, they'd be smoke bombed, they'd be pepper sprayed off the streets. You understand? So that's why I'm saying, man, in my opinion, if you're a young chap, start looking over the internets, start trying to go out and, look for whatever your flavor is. I mean, there's women all over the world that want to get the hell out of their countries, man. I mean, you don't think German women want to get the hell out of there right now? You don't think French women want to get the hell out of there right now? Yeah, you don't think Swedish women? I mean, you're talking the prime of prime. You don't think they want to get the hell out of there right now? I'm just saying. These women they've brought it on. They've brought it on us, folks. I'm sorry. They brought this on themselves here. They brought this on themselves. I'm sorry. I mean, you women deserve no respect. I'm sorry. And listen, a group is defined by its majority, okay? And look, there wasn't any women out here in any, at least small group, to combat what these women were saying out here in the streets. As a matter of fact, I didn't even hear any commentary to any capacity anywhere combating this disgusting, despicable specimen of woman display on the streets out here. I didn't hear anything. So as far as I'm concerned, it's time to start importing pussy to make America great again. I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry. I'm not joking around. And look, and this is even a better example. Look at this. Not only did these dumb, disgusting, despicable, foul-mouthed need to be put back in the kitchen with a couple of Ike Turner backhand slut bags, not only were they out there at this goddamn Million Women's March marching and putting pussy hats and putting all this disgusting, despicable garbage on themselves. Look at them. They were taking their children out there, too. Look at this. Brainwashing their children. Look at this. Look at that. I just tweeted it right now. See this? Look at this. Look. Brainwashing their children. And I'm sure that whoever's children those are on the man's side, they're having to pay child support so that this disgusting whorebag can take these kids out and do this. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not joking around. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm even considering getting into the business of hooking up people now. I'm not joking around. I mean, it's time to start hooking people up, man. I'm not joking around. Look, we need relationships again. You know, we need these women to realize that, hey, broads, all right, a relationship is about a team, all right? A relationship is about a team, okay? And in that team, some people have to take things that the other has to take and vice versa. And if you can't negotiate between you two based upon what each one brings to the table, well, then you don't need to be together. Now, let me explain with me and my wife's scenario, okay? My wife, I get a lot of criticism because she says, yes, sir, and this and that, and, you know, she respects me, and, you know, I mean, she's cooking me steaks at 12 at night. Everybody in the inner circle chat is like, man, really, she's cooking a steak at 12 at night? I want a midnight steak and shit like that. Excuse my French. The reason she does that is because we have a team going on. I mean, I'm working nonstop trying to accumulate as much capital as possible. It's not to say that she's not doing anything to help me in that capacity either, okay? All right, I mean, she helps me in a variety of different ways. I mean, she helps me with filing our books, meaning that keeping track of every single paperwork possible. She helps me in making sure that each and every one of the sales tax, corporate income tax, federal income tax is paid for, the documentation is put forth, that sort of thing. I mean, this is a team that I have here. I mean, without her, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do by myself. Nobody can. You need a team to make it work. So with that being said, she realizes that I am a hard-working man, all right? I am a hard-working individual that literally will do anything for her, will do anything for my family, will do anything to sustain our comfort, do anything to sustain our lifestyle, do anything to protect us. And that's why my wife does anything that I want, you know? I'm serious. If I tell her, go cook me a steak at midnight, she'll do it. If I ask my wife, hey, I need you to make me a sandwich, she'll do it. And it's not because I have scolded her out of fear or beat her into submission. It is out of respect. It's out of respect. And vice versa. I mean, if she wants something, you know, if she wants to have some get-together at the place, even though I don't want to, and she wants to do something for the holidays, I've got to do it. And I've got to do it. Why? Because this woman will do anything I say. All right? I mean, I got to do it. She's like, I want the family to come over. I want to see Caroline and all this crap. I don't want to do it, but I got to do it. Okay? And you see, that's what, you know, both sides pretty much don't understand. I mean, men think that you got to beat a woman into submission, and in maybe some instances, I don't know, you need to. I didn't have to do that. I mean, my woman respected me right off the bat, and she respected me based upon my actions, because actions speak louder than words. And when your woman sees that you're taking care of her, you're taking care of the family, And, she's not going to say nothing. And if she does say something, you just shut her mouth, all right? If you're out here providing everything and everything's going great, women, unfortunately, tend to all of a sudden complain out of nowhere. You need to tell them, hey, shut your mouth. You could be out here like these disgusting fatties. Seriously, you got to tell them. Because if not, they're going to go off keister, all right? I'm serious. If not, they're going to be like, I'm bored. I wish I wish we did something like we saw in the movie. So anyway, with that being said, look, here's some more. Here's some more of this. Here's some more. Look, vagina can't say it. Don't let what the hell does it say? Vagina can't say it. Don't legislate it. Oh, legislate it. Excuse me. Or Are she trying to? Look, I'm just going to retweet this. This is just getting sick. U.S. out of my uterus. Here's another one. This is what these women are doing. Look at this. Here's another one, all right? Pussy power. Pussy is power. Look at this. Look at this disgusting bull dyke holding this sign. Pussy is power. Pussy is power? Really? Come on, man. Anyway, folks. And look, now people are calling me a chauvinist, even because I'm telling people that sometimes these women get a little off keister, and they tend to be like, I'm bored. You could be supplying them everything could be going right. I don't know. Shut up. Just tell them to shut their goddamn hole and get in the kitchen where they belong. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, let's move on because I'm running out of time here. Anyway, moving on to another subject, Texas cities are trying to refuse and are saying they're going to refuse to obey Trump's immigration reforms. Greg Abbott kind of beat Trump to the punch in refusing state funding to sanctuary cities. And these sanctuary cities, San Antonio, Austin being two of them, they're refusing to oblige the state law signed by the governor. Now that Trump has signed this new immigration reform, they are not going to oblige Trump's immigration policies. Now, I think that this is justification to remove the city council and municipal government. And let me tell you, and the reason I say this is because if you're not going to obey law, well, then you need to be removed. All right? You need to be removed from power. And listen, the bad part about this is that that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is that aside from state funding being denied to these sanctuary cities, now that Donald Trump has signed this immigration reform, sanctuary cities could potentially have their federal funding cut. And I don't like that prospect given the fact that I'm living in San Antonio and there's been 3 shootings in relation to robbery and other weird type of activity in shopping malls within the past week. 3 violent gun-related incidents in a shopping mall out here. And you mean to tell me when these people are denied their federal funding, all right? If they're denied their federal funding, what do you think's going to happen? All right, because listen, if they denied the federal funding to sanctuary cities, let me tell you who this is going to hurt, folks. And I am telling each and every one of you people that are on welfare, you people that are out there collecting food stamps, food cards, you people that are out here collecting housing voucher programs, anything from the federal government, you will not be paid if federal funding is cut to your city because your city officials decided that illegal immigrants that aren't even citizens of your city, let alone your state, let alone your country, supersede your authority. That's what it technically means, folks. All right? If these cities are not going to oblige the immigration reform law, okay? If they're not going to oblige the immigration reform law, then they are basically saying to its citizens, the same citizens that elected the municipal governments and the county governments, they are saying that your rights are nothing, and that the immigrants' rights supersede your relevance. I mean, wake up, folks. That's what this means. And let me tell you something. I'm going to go right at the San Antonio government on this one. Since I live here and I'm seeing it firsthand, I'm going right at the San Antonio government. As a matter of fact, it's time to start making a campaign, not just towards the San Antonio government, but to the Austin government, that if you're going to deny obliging the damn immigration laws, then you need to be removed from power. You need to be removed from power because you're saying that the rights of illegal immigrants supersede the citizens that elected you in office, and that makes no goddamn sense. So what sense does that make? Somebody please call me if you're a liberal out here that is promoting this open border policy, that is out here promoting these sanctuary cities to defy law, to defy the new federal law. I'd like for you to tell me why. I'd like for you to tell me why illegal immigrants who have no business being in this country have more rights than the citizens themselves. I'm serious, man. What a joke. And I'm taking aim at you idiots in the San Antonio city government. Watch. I think I might burn money just to F with these people. I'm not kidding around. Anyway, once again, Texas City refused to obey Trump's immigration reforms. Austin, San Antonio, and a couple of other cities, and this needs to be stopped. Luckily, Trump is monitoring the situation out here in Texas, and I hope, and I sincerely hope that if, for whatever reason, San Antonio does not oblige the federal law, then just remove these people. I'm saying remove these people from power. This is just disgusting. This is disgusting. So anyway, with that being said, let me move on to another subject, folks, because we're running out of time here. Now, you all know that I have been a big critic of the deplorables. That was the event the night before the inauguration that was held by the supposed alt-right mouthpiece, Mike Cernovich. You folks know that I was very critical of that particular event. And listen, I wasn't against it in the beginning. I actually was looking forward to it. Then I turned on Right Side Broadcasting, saw the event, and saw that it was it was a gay event. I'm sorry. I'm not even saying that to be insulting. It was a homosexual event. I mean, I was shocked to see that the majority of the alt-right are a bunch of homos. And listen, I have nothing against homosexuals, okay? Listen to me. For all you people that are like, oh, you're homophobic. No, I am not, okay? But what I don't like is that we're in the seriousness of a political war. And what I saw at the deplorable was this disgusting display of fruit bowls prancing around the goddamn stage like they got a hamster hanging out their asshole, all right, leprechaun in their asses, talking like 12-year-old schoolgirls. I mean, the people that come to mind are the Gateway Pundit. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mean to pick on those dudes, but give me a break, man. I mean, what a disgusting disgrace. Anyway, with that being said, all right? With that being said, Roger Stone, of course, which is the man who is an associate of the show, moreover, a confidant of Donald Trump, a kind of political mercenary of sorts for Donald Trump, who recently got over an assassination attempt when someone decided to slip polonium-210 into his system, okay? Roger Stone has literally came out publicly and said that the deplorable was, quote, a cluster F. Or for a lack of a better term, close your ears for you people that have virginized ears, a cluster fuck. I mean, give me a break. It was stupid. It was stupid. That deplorable was ridiculous. I mean, I'm ashamed that these people are affiliated with the Trump train. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm ashamed of this. Because, look, okay, let's say you're homosexual. Okay, great, you're homosexual, okay? Why are you going onto a stage when you're supposed to be speaking and possibly giving some inspirational words to the Trump train at the deplorable, instead of doing that, you guys are leprechauning your asses. All right? You guys are leprechauning your asses around like you literally just saw like John Holmes' sausage being pulled out for the first time. I'm not joking. They're leprechauning their asses. They're like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm here, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh. And let me tell you something, Cernovich, man. Can somebody please tell Cernovich that he's no longer a part of, like, the internet right-wing community anymore, please, all right? And that he's his own brand and his own entity, and stop quoting 4chan, and stop quoting trolls, and stop thinking that he can somehow rally a bunch of trolls as his personal army, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's enough, Cernovich, all right? Jesus Christ, we all see right through you. Freaking right-wing mouthpiece. And listen, somebody found an article that he wrote in 2012. He claims it isn't his, but allegedly it's a article written by him in 2012, and it's titled "I Had Sex with a Tranny." And in it he describes it, and he likes it, and it makes sense now why the deplorable was as fruity as it was. That's all there is to it. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on with the broadcast. We are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. Go ahead and spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m., Central Standard Time, right here on the official website on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right. As a matter of fact, thank you very much there. That's Mimi. Here it is. If you all wanted to see it, here's the article allegedly written by Cernovich. It says January 20th, 2012, what is sex with a tranny like? That this is it right here, Mark Cernovich. And I asked him, hey, you like trannies? I mean, I'm just saying, if you like them, that's fine. Let's just get it out in the open, man, and let's be mature about it. Let's not be the left. I mean, that's my biggest criticism about the gays leprechauning their asses on the stage at Deplorable. I mean, let's be adult about it. Okay, you're homosexual. We get it, all right? Why don't you talk some serious political talk, man? That's the whole reason why you're there. It's a political event. I mean, why don't you say something inspiring to the damn crowd instead of leprechauning your ass?
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Good God, man. Anyway, let me move on to the next subject matter, folks. Mexico claims it will, quote, walk away from NAFTA if it can't deal with Trump. I mean, what? I mean, that's what Trump wants to begin with. I mean, who cares if you walk away? I mean, no wonder Mexico hasn't gone anywhere for I don't know how many freaking hundreds of years, for Christ's sake. What kind of sense does that make? Trump has been talking about ripping NAFTA apart. And Mexico is like, no, mister, we're going to walk away from NAFTA if Donald Trump does it. Shut up! Go chew on a rubber tortilla and shut your mouth. I'm telling you, these Mexicans out of Mexico, what a bunch of morons. I mean, you're morons, Mexico. I mean, that's what Trump's been campaigning on. He doesn't even like NAFTA. And you're talking about walking away from NAFTA? Well, then walk away. Piss off. Who cares? We're going to put all the immigrants that you dumped off on us that were a detriment on your society, we're going to dump them back into your hands. That's the only reason Mexico is pissed off about the immigration issue. They're pissed off because they dumped off their riffraff on America. We're taking care of them thanks to dumbass, cuckold, power bottom Barack Obama. And now that Trump's in office, we're going to send those people right back to Mexico, and it's going to be a major problem for them. It's going to be a major problem, and Mexico doesn't like it. So you know what, Mexico? Piss off, all right? Go shove a goddamn dirty burrito in your ass, all right? We don't care if you walk away from NAFTA, all right? Go take a bad enchilada up the poop chute. We could care less if you walk away from NAFTA. I mean, what kind of threat is that from Mexico? Seriously. You know what I mean? Seriously, I mean, what kind of threat is that? You know, are we going to walk away, senor? Well, then go! Get the hell out of here! Go drink some tequila with a worm inside of it, and go sit next to a goddamn cactus with a sombrero on, for all I care. Get the hell out of here, Mexico, you piece of crap. What kind of a threat is that? I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, Donald Trump has said throughout his whole campaign that NAFTA sucks, all right, that he doesn't want to be a part of NAFTA, and here the Mexican government comes out and says, senor, we don't like it. We're going to walk away from the NAFTA. Who cares if you walk away from NAFTA? We don't want to be a part of it. You idiots are going to be the ones losing if you walk away from it, not us, moron. Good God, what a bunch of idiots out there in Mexico, man. I mean, seriously. I mean, this is who's running the government out here, man. No wonder El Chapo was kicking ass out there, for Christ's sake, man. Some freaking migrant from some bumfuck area of Mexico. Are you kidding me? No wonder he was kicking ass out there. Excuse my French, folks. I'm sorry I'm cursing so much, but, you know, these women, you know, they pretty much nullified the idea of vulgarity with that woman's march. I'm sorry. Anyway, once again, Mexico claims it will walk away from the NAFTA deal if it can't deal with Trump. Well, you know what? Walk away. That's all I got to say. Walk away. Anyway, let's move on to more news here. Brexit in the news again, folks. We heard that the Supreme Court was going to rule on Brexit, and they pretty much ruled that it's up to the Parliament. So right now, the Parliament members are in charge on whether or not Article 50 will actually be implemented finally. But in my personal view, folks, when analyzing the Parliament itself, I'm not sure if the votes are in, per se, as it pertains to Brexit. I think that you've got a lot of factions for their own reasons that are going to vote Remain. And, you know, we've discussed this in the Inner Circle chat, what's going on to the chaps out there from Britannia. But what's making this particular vote in the Parliament so difficult is that there is no even or no clear win in sight for Brexit. You know what I'm saying? There is no clear win in sight for Brexit. So in my personal opinion, you're going to have the Scottish Nationalist Party. They're all going to, and they're already starting to throw amendments on the deal. I don't know if y'all know this, all right? So they're going to try to bog it down, all right? You've got the Labour Party, which Jeremy Corbyn has suggested to the Labour Party to vote leave, and I think that his intention is to basically show that, you know, the Conservative Party wasn't very competent in their attempt at trying to implement this Article 50. But according to reports, the Labour Party could barely stand Jeremy Corbyn. And according to the chaps from the Britannia that I speak with, it's because Jeremy Corbyn is a leftist that never grew up. He's much like a Bernie Sanders idiot who still thinks he's like a 25-year-old social justice warrior snowflake. And that's why he really doesn't have the respect amongst his party. So that's why you're going to have a mixed bag in the Labour Party on whether some are going to vote Remain, some are going to vote Leave. it's very interesting what's going to see in that regard. We also have a lot of different separations in the other parties as it pertains to leave or stay. So, chaps in the UK believe it's a coin flip. I personally believe it's more along the lines of 70-30, maybe 60-40, 70 remain, 30 leave. I mean, in my opinion, unless something happens and there's negotiations that are made, but I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. In my opinion, I just don't see it. I mean, I hope for the sake of Britannia that they go through and fulfill Article 50, but I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. And look, what's sad about this, folks, is people don't understand. The political system of Britannia is very, very peculiar. You see, out there, they don't vote for individual politicians. They vote for political parties. And they go out and they vote for these political parties, and the parties that get the most votes are basically the ones that get the seats according to the amount of votes their party got. And as a result, whoever wins the majority of the votes, whatever party wins the majority of the votes, the prime minister becomes the head, or the head of the party that wins the majority of the votes becomes the prime minister. And that's how Britannia does its political process. So that's why, even though Dave Cameron stepped down because he basically lost face with the party, Theresa May was kind of brought into place without any kind of a vote because, in essence, the party put her into power. And we all know, folks, if you happen to be keeping up with this whole Brexit situation, Theresa May was a part of the Remain camp in the initial phases of the Brexit vote. So it's no surprise why Theresa May is dragging her feet. All right? It's dragging her feet on this. That's why she's, kind of leaving it up to other wings of the government in an attempt to kick the can down the road. So with that being said, folks, I don't think that it's going to happen, and it's really unfortunate, and it's really sad, and it has everything to do with party politics. And the reason I say this is because just as much as our politicians are agents of the globalist system, the parties, many of the parties are agents of the globalist system within Britannia. And it's very sad, and it just proves that maybe the people's vote is meaningless if they don't fulfill Article 50, and that it's pure party politics. And if that's the case, then Britannia needs to reanalyze what kind of a system it truly is, because if that's the case, if Article 50 is not fulfilled, then you're no different than a China light. Seriously, y'all are like China light in that, your Politburo is going to make the decisions for you. And I think that's horrible. I think it's disgusting. And I hope that Britannia somehow comes out of this. And as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't look good. With that being said, folks, let me continue going on. We're running out of time here. Did you hear what's happening to North Korea? We're having defectors in mass entering into South Korea, giving us the 411 about the inside of North Korea. According to reports, the North Korean elite are not very happy with Kim Jong-un. They're not very happy with him because of all these, quote, unnecessary purgings that the North Korean elite can't justify to themselves. You see, even in a ridiculous, mad type of cult of personality communist system like North Korea, the elites, all right, the elites are going to be the ones that give the king the power. It's always been the case. The elites create the power of the king. And when the elites start saying that, wait a minute, I don't like how Kim Jong-un here is killing all kinds of people, purging people. I mean, there's no justification for this. And to be honest with you, a lot of these elites, that's why they're defecting, because they don't feel that Kim Jong-un is playing with a full deck. So with that being said, it's showing a little bit of hope that somebody within the system of North Korea can take out this fat piece of crap. And the reason I say that, folks, is because without the elites, you have no leadership. The elites create governments. I hate to say it. It's the way it is. So if North Korean elites are already talking against Kim Jong-un, then it's very dangerous for Kim Jong-un himself. That's why this guy continues to kill people. As a matter of fact, what happened to his wife? Have anybody seen his wife for the past year? His wife is nowhere to be seen. It's been alleged that she's been killed because for whatever reason. So that's what I'm saying, man. This guy's a sick maniac. He needs to be stopped. And I hope somebody in North Korea does something and does the world a favor, for Christ's sake. Because this guy's a sick maniac. All right? I'm not joking around. This guy is a sick maniac. I'm serious. Where's his chick? Where's his wife? I want proof of life on Kim Jong-un's wife. I want proof of life on Kim Jong-un's wife. That poor Korean girl, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. What happened to her? Anyway, once again, North Korean defector says Kim Jong-un's control is crumbling. The elites around him are starting to second-guess him. People are defecting en masse. And that's why this guy is so adamant about getting the ballistic missile, getting the nuclear weapons, so that it's not necessarily for world fear. It's for the fear of his people. I mean, he wants to keep his people afraid. He will threaten his own people with nukes. Watch, mark my word. All right? I'm not joking. Mark my word. That's why he wants them. That's why he wants them. I mean, it makes no sense because, listen, his country is starving to death. I mean, we have the biggest episodes of Second Harvest, and I know that you people like to joke about that, but this is very serious, where people are eating their own feces, drinking their own urine to sustain themselves in North Korea. And why is this man starving his own country? Because he is putting all his resources, all his money into his military and into developing nuclear and intercontinental ballistic weapons. And that just goes to show you that this man is purely desperate to get these weapons. And really, it's not to basically show off. He will be stupid to, throw a rocket, whatever makeshift ballistic missile operation that he has towards the United States. If anything, he'll just try to flex nuts by throwing missiles in the air as firecrackers just to show off. But mark my words, if he has the bomb, he will threaten his own people if his power is jeopardized. And if you want my opinion, that's why he really wants the bomb. That's why Kim Jong-un really wants the bomb, not because he wants to kill anybody else outside the United States. He wants to keep his country hostage. And that's all there is to it. Anyway, with that being said, let me move on to the final subject matter of the day, and that's China. Speaking of intercontinental ballistic missiles, China has deployed intercontinental ballistic missiles near the Russian border. Now, when I first heard this story last night, I was thinking that, whoa, is China trying to flex nuts towards Russia? I mean, is there a situation going on here between the Chinese and Russian states? But lo and behold, Russia puts out a statement about a few hours ago stating that there is no security threat relating to China moving these ballistic missiles to the Russian border. On the contrary, the reason the Chinese moved the ballistic missiles to the Russian border is to actually add defense towards a potential NATO invasion. So the potential of a schism between the diplomacy of Russia and China, not likely. And I thought maybe this was the case as it pertained to China deploying these missiles to the Russian border. I thought maybe China was trying to flex nuts towards Russia. But no, lo and behold, China and Russia still doing business, still backing each other up, and once again, China deploying ballistic missiles to the border of Russia in response to the troop buildup that NATO is conducting over there. So this could still get dangerous, folks. I'm telling you this right now. This could still get dangerous. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but you can thank the Democrats for basically providing the framework for the world to get to this point at this point in time. Because they're the ones, in conjunction with NATO and all the other liberal nation states of the world, they were the ones that provoked this whole confrontation with Russia. And now the confrontation has gone on so long, and now you've got so much deployment of troops and artillery that not only is Russia responding, but now China is responding accordingly. Because as I stated, once Davos and the World Economic Forum named China as the supreme superpower, that was it. China is now going to start asserting itself as the supreme superpower, and I think people need to take notice, because we, as far as America is concerned, we may be confronting these Chinese at some point in time. And the reason I say that is because China is not going to like when we renegotiate the trade deal, because the only thing keeping them alive at this point in time at a sustained 7% GDP growth is the fact that we give them $550 billion in trade a year. We send $550 billion a year to China in exchange for their cheap-ass Chinese goods, and that's what's sustaining their 7% GDP growth. That's what's sustaining the creation of their big-ass cities and their skyscrapers and all this other nonsense. So that's why I'm saying this is going to be very, very precarious, because if for whatever reason Trump lowers or cuts in half that particular amount of money that's going to China, China thinks that they're owed that. China thinks that the Americans are their slaves. That's why they are taking such offense to us wanting to renegotiate the trade deal, because they feel that they own us. And that's why they're trying to saber rattle. That's why they're, putting battleships in the South China Sea. That's why they've got battleships cruising around the Pacific Ocean. That's why you've got China being belligerent on the government face. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. So as far as I'm concerned, we got to watch out for China, okay? We got to watch out for China. Anyway, I've got to get to the rest of the broadcast because we're running out of time here, folks. Let me go ahead and take a swig of this. Excuse me. And let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast. And I'm talking about radio graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now at 563-999-3791. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this radio graffiti. And, of course, folks, let's stop with the Helen Keller deaf mutes, all right? And let's get a little creative going on. And before we move on, I do want to remind everybody that we are going to put on some True Capitalist Radio Valentine's Day cards on sale for all you folks that want to have a Valentine's Day memento of the True Capitalist Radio Show. We're going to go ahead and get those going. And they're probably going to be up for sale for about a week, and we want to make sure to ship them out so you can get to them, or they can get to you around Valentine's Day time. So, without any further ado, be on the lookout for that at ghost.market. Anyway, with that being said, do we got any Twitter shout-outs? Do we got any goddamn radio graffiti calls, engineer? All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to some radio graffiti calls right now. All right. Who do we got here, folks? And hopefully we got some decent radio graffiti calls, to say the least. How about anonymous radio graffiti?
Our dress is a fart on.
I mean, what kind of a remix was that, for Christ's sake, man? What the hell was that? Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Women are stupid and I don't respect them. That's right. I just have sex with them. Show me your genitals.
All right, we get it. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
This is the Filthy Slav. Thanks to all my Patreon subscribers, I am now able to hire a narrator to read my stories. Here is one about Ghost's mother.
Bertha was a 1-ton crane of woman. She slowly rolled her custom wheelchair into the local Fuddruckers. Customers were shocked as she knocked over small children. Get out of my way! I need hamburgers! Then a Fuddruckers employee, Ernie, looked romantically into Bertha's eyes. He thought their eyes connected, but Bertha was just staring at the number 3 combo special. Within minutes, she began feasting on a pyramid of sliders, as if she was in a one-man eating contest. Suddenly, she stopped, twitched, and clutched her stomach. Holy benevolent Jesus! My stomach don't feel so good! Then suddenly, water spilled all over the floor. Shit! I knocked over my fountain drain! Motherfucker! What the? Bertha's water had broken, and she was about to give birth. Bertha stumbled off her wheelchair to the floor. She then felt contractions.
All right, this is stupid. You know, I mean, get to the point, really. That's just horrible. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Sure, I'm having a birth.
No, we're not going to continue on. Hey, start hanging up these idiots, please. All right, seriously. I'm going to start hanging up massive amounts of anonymouses here because I can. All right. So once again, anonymouses are all going to be hung up on right now. So if you want to call up 563-999-3791, go ahead and give me a call. We're hanging up on a bunch of anonymouses. We're going to have a bunch of lines available, so go ahead. Somebody with some kind of goddamn something, call up, please. This is ridiculous. How about 443 Radio Graffiti?
When Ghost came back, by Super Smash. On March 2016, Ghost came back to broadcast. While he was talking, something bad just happened. His dog Templeton ate the cord of the mic. Because Templeton was sick of his master talking about politics. After Templeton ate the mic, Ghost quickly used a very bad mic.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm so sorry, man. I had to put some electrical tape on some freaking plug, for Christ's sake. I remember the mic that I like is freaking gone, for Christ's sake. I'm over here on the freaking smackdown and all that crap.
He told everybody that his dog ate the cord.
Freaking dog is chewing on the freaking plug, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, good God.
So everybody made fun of Ghost because of it. So after the show, Ghost told Templeton no more treats for a few days. So that is what happened when he came back since 4 years. The end.
What is wrong with you?
Christ, man. I mean, this is bad. This is freaking bad. 609 Radio Graffiti.
Toho's for Ghost.
Sell Toho merch.
Keep Teutonic Plague banned.
Toho's for Ghost.
Sell Toho merch.
Keep Teutonic Plague banned.
Toho's for Ghost.
Sell Toho merch.
Keep Teutonic Plague banned.
All right, we get it. We get it. All right, and no, I'm not. I don't think I'm selling Toho merch. I'm sorry. I don't think so. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Yo, Ghost, it's Fat Albert. Hey, how's it going, man? I just want to tell you, oh my God, I just saw something very awesome. It's called, I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course you did, because you're an imbecile. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Oh, Ghost City Radio Graffiti. Thank you for tuning in with me. I am your host, The man they call Ghost. I am your host. They call Ghost. I am your host. Ghost.
Hey, we get it with the damn remixes. We get it. 559 Radio Graffiti. Okay, great. You're playing the Blues Traveler. Give me a break. All right? And as a matter of fact, the guy, John Popper, he should have just stayed fat and died. All right? Ever since he got that damn stomach stapling, he turned into a butt-loving fruit. All right? I mean, at least when he was a fat bastard, he looked like one of those, like, fat, I'm from the South. Yeah. Man, he turned into a goddamn fruit after he got the stomach staple surgery. What a piece of crap. Who else do we got here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
This is White Guilt 9 reporting enemy contact. Surface-to-air missiles. Sir, they've got a lock.
You know, why do you guys always make splices of, like, killing me, you know? Or, like, shooting me or shooting a missile or what the hell's up with that crap? I mean, my fan base wants me dead. Sick, man. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Night Prowler Radio Graffiti.
Free blowjobs for niggers.
I mean, you just don't understand, you know. I mean, the taste of niggers sperm.
Good stuff.
What the hell is that? You racist bastard! You're sick! You're sick! Ah! You're sick, man! What the hell was that? Sick-ass perverts! I mean, that's sick, that's perverted, that's racist, that's all kinds of crap rolled into one right there, God damn it, and I'm not supposed to be screaming! I'm not supposed to be screaming, you ungrateful pricks! Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me the mic. Give me the mic! I'm not supposed to be screaming, you sorry sacks of crap. Look, my voice is going out here. What did I tell you today? I told you I can't afford to be screaming, man. Please stop. That was a sick, twisted, perverted, racist splice. Oh, my God. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Unbanned Teutonic Plague. Unbanned Teutonic Plague. Unbanned Teutonic Plague. Unbanned Teutonic Plague.
No. 603 Radio Graffiti. All right, you're not the engineer. Shut up, all right? I know you want to be, but you can't, all right? Shut your mouth. 408 Radio Graffiti. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to. It sounds like you're shoving a poodle up your ass, for Christ's sake. Good God, man. Who the hell else do we have? How about freaking Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Hey, look, that's not funny, man. Listen, don't take little snippets of me cursing and make remixes out of them, all right? I mean, the only reason I curse is because you piss me off, you piss me off, you piss me off. Jesus Christ. 863 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's the coffee dude. You need to sell some Tohu merch, so don't talk to me unless you sell some Tohu merch.
Shut up with the Tohu merch, man. Seriously, I don't want to go down that slippery slope. You get it? I don't want to go down that slippery slope. Jesus Christ, man. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. J-Man Capitalist Radio Graffiti. All right. Best Betrayer 2016 Ghosties is. The winner is, oh my God, it's a tie. It's Templeton and Donald Trump.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Is that a dog? I love this dog.
You son of a bitch. Shut up! Just shut up! Why don't you all just shut up? Man, I wasn't supposed to scream today, but you guys keep pissing me off. I wasn't supposed to scream today, but you guys keep pissing me off. Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me the mic. I wasn't supposed to scream today, but you goddamn keep pissing me off. Stop pissing me off, all right? All right, Slapnut, stop pissing me off. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
You motherfucker out there talking all kinds of garbage about communist government of China. You don't know nothing, boss. We own the South China Sea. Why do you think he got the word China in it? We own that motherfucker. We own all of South China Sea. It belongs to China. And there's nothing nobody can do about it. And I'm telling you this right now, boss. We are taking a yeast. We are taking a yeast and we're putting down every old motherfucker that talks rubbish about the communist government of China.
Wait, what is it? Is that a satanic Mr. Fortune cookie there? Is that what that is? That's a freaking satanic Mr. Fortune cookie. What the hell?
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit mbusa.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just four walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit mbusa.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
I wouldn't be surprised if those Chinese, I don't even want to talk about it, Anonymous Radio Graffiti. I am the leader of blacks right now. Shoot them. These disgusting white people in shopping malls in San Antonio.
What is my comment, Ghost?
Wait a minute, is that the African booty scratcher pretending to shoot people at my behest, you sack of... Shut up! Who the hell is that African booty scratcher, for Christ's sake, that piece of crap? Look, I'm losing my voice! I'm losing my voice! God damn it! Look, I'm losing my voice! God damn it! I keep losing my voice because of you people! Oh, Jesus Christ. Christ. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Who in the hell is that goddamn African booty scratcher? Who is that piece of crap? I hate him. I hate him. Jesus Christ, man. 435 Radio Graffiti. What the hell is that? Was that like Windows 95 intro? Jesus Christ, man. What the hell was that? But why? Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Jesus Christ. Get a better phone there, ass cracker, right? Get a better phone. Who else do we have here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Philip DeFranco. He tweeted YouTube's featured creator today is...
Well, we can't even understand you. Once you turn down the goddamn radio, ass crack. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
And that's not a fucking joke.
What? Well, we can't even understand you, for Christ's sake. Learn how to talk English. Tu entiendo, puto? How about 412 Radio Graffiti? All right, we get it. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Is promoting this one creator.
Man, what the hell are you idiots talking about, you stupid morons? Get it straight. Jesus Christ, you people need to be injected with cancer of the prick. How about 646 Radio Graffiti?
Today we're going to be continuing with the fallacy of slippery slope. Now, the slippery slope fallacy is a fallacy in which the conclusion of an argument rests on a shaky and unlikely chain of events. So you have some innocent first step, and then an improbable chain reaction that follows from that, and then some conclusion that's usually unfathomable, so we deny having the first step in the first place. Usually these arguments rest on whether or not the chain reaction is actually improbable. If it's improbable or unlikely, it's probably the slippery slope fallacy. But if it's legitimate chain reaction, then it doesn't commit the fallacy. Let's take a look at some examples.
Hey, listen. Hey, you tohu assholes. Shove it up your ass, all right? Shove it up your ass. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Slow. Slow. Folks, slow. Big Bopper in the morning.
Big Asshole in the morning.
Hey everybody, it's me, Radio Voice Tim. Today we're going to be checking out some great new things that you never saw before. You want to hear some great new tunes. We're going to be giving away some things. We're going to be getting some strippers off the street, bring them into the place, and then we're going to do some stripper things. Yeah, you can't see them, but you can hear them.
Well, what kind of garbage is that, for heaven's sake? Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ, for heaven's sake. 817 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, what's up, Ghost? How's it going, bro?
How's it going?
Hey, man, so I heard you were king of the black people now, so I wanted you to play a little Guess the Minority, if you don't mind, bro.
Guess the Minority? What? Well, you're not black?
I don't know, man. I could be black. I could be Sneak Man. Gotcha.
Ah, Jesus. Get this guy. Trying to sound black, for Christ's sake? Good God. Trying to sound like a goddamn black man, for Christ's sake? What are you trying to prove? Huh, boy? You think you're going to win some Alabama Black Snake Cyber Poontang or something, or what, boy? Jesus Christ, give it a mic. Hey, acting black ain't going to get you some Cyber Poontang, boy. Ain't going to do it, all right? It ain't going to do it. 907 Radio Graffiti. great. Another Helen Keller deaf mute, for heaven's sake. That's exactly what we need right now. Good Lord. How about, man, there's nothing but an anonymous radio graffiti. Jesus Christ.
Now, what have I been saying leading up to January 20th? What did I say? That Donald Trump is going to hit the ground running? It makes sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back street? You'll never know.
What the hell was that about? Anonymous radio graffiti. Well, yeah, you got to get it straight there, Nimrod. 352 Radio Graffiti. Scarlet Moon. Radio Graffiti. I'm a machine. I'm a wheelchair machine. I'm a machine. I'm a wheelchair. Jesus Christ. I'm a machine. Man, that's not funny, ass crack. Seriously, man, that's not funny at all. You shove that remix up your goddamn clopping pooper, all right? Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Bushy, gigantic vagina lips, which open like the doors of a DeLorean. Her vagina looked like rotten cabbage, seasoned with disease.
Jesus. You know what? Why do you people write these things? You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't you have something better to do with your life? I mean, don't you think that when Judgment Day comes and, God's looking through your goddamn life and it sees you wasting your time doing this, what are you going to say? Why are you going to say you do it? You're going to be like, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I'm just half a tard, and I just think that stuff like that is kind of funny, even though it makes no significance to my pathetic life, and basically I should just kill myself so I can allow somebody else to have my place in this world. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Hi, baby. Hear me?
All right, we get it, you stupid moron. How about Karaskin Radio Graffiti?
For 9 years, you've been broadcasting like there's no tomorrow, and you are making the capitalist army proud. Keep up the good work, and hope we'll make it to the 500th episode of the True Engineer Radio.
True Engineer Radio? No, it's not Engineer Radio, Karaskin. What the hell has your problem been, man, recently? I don't know what Karaskin's problem is, man, but, I mean, somebody get this guy a freaking bottle of Jack or something. How about Raiden Snake, Radio Graffiti?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
How's it going, Raiden Snake? Not too well. I'm just trying to get through this damn Radio Graffiti.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what the hell? What's all the crap going on? I thought it's bad over the Thomas the Tank Engine remix. So what the hell, man?
I have no idea what the hell's going on. This is pretty pathetic. It's lame. It's immature. It's sad. I mean, what's your comments on it, man?
It's just really fucked up. I mean, I'm like, what? Again, like I said last time, what's through these people's heads? Like, God, man. Ugh.
I don't know, Raiden Snake, but I'm glad that you listen. I'm glad that you call up. I'm glad I talked to you. Because if I didn't have you and a few of the other folks, I'd be going stark raving mad. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Well, unfortunately, your damn computer sucks. Don't get a 386SX and a 14 4K modem with a 3.1 Windows version. You stupid dumbass. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Hey, shut that crap up, for Christ's sake. Sound like Sam Hyde shoving a damn microphone up his anal passage while he's screaming, for heaven's sake. What the hell is that about? 618 Radio Graffiti.
There you go.
Hey, what's going on?
Thank you.
Hey, man, I'm sorry you're feeling bad. There's a good cure for that. You should probably just put the real talent on and get yourself back in the kitchen and make him some tacos.
Oh, shut up, you stupid. Yeah, why'd you make this? Why did you make this, asshole? Yeah, why did you make this? Why did you make these nuts, you fruitful bastard? Son of a bitch, I got your mother in the freaking kitchen, boy. Butt naked, making me corn grits, bent over backwards. So shut up. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. You son of a bitch. Anonymous radio graffiti. I'm a melting pot of friendship, for Christ's sake. You damn immigrant, learn how to spoke it. Now, shut up, all right? Look, okay, listen. Hey, if you're in this country and you're a freaking immigrant, learn how to spoke it, all right? You're lucky you're even in this country, all right? I'm a melting pot of friendship. I've told this to you 1,000 times. I don't need to tell you one more again, all right? Happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be black, all right? I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Hispanics. I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Wop, Kraut, Mick, Camel Jockey, Limey, Frog, Kangaroo Banger, Oriental. I mean, I have a whole bunch of friends. I'm a melting pot of friendship. I'm a nice guy. God, you troll terrorist scumbags. Son of a bitch. Anonymous radio graffiti.
This is the Cleveland Show.
Yeah, that's just great. How about 805 radio graffiti?
Fuck you, Texas, and fuck you, Lone Star Bear. Fuck that fucking Alamo.
Yeah, well, let's not start that either, man. Come on, man. 540 radio graffiti.
Shiny Pori, radio graffiti. My wife is here listening to this. I mean, I know that there's people tweeting at me saying, oh, yeah? How come you're not saying it in front of your wife? I bet she wouldn't appreciate that you're calling all of us a bunch of fat slobs. Here, right from my wife's mouth. Do you agree with this crap that's going on here, this Million Woman March? Yes, sir. What?
You son of a bitch, that's not funny! That's not funny! You son of a bitch! That's not funny, you sack of crap! That's not funny! That's not funny! You son of a bitch! Don't you dare! Don't you dare go there! Don't you dare even go there! Jesus Christ, give me the mic! Give me the mic! Don't you dare even go there. You understand that? Don't you dare even go there. Son of a bitch. 603 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Dad, how you been?
What?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on, Dad? Haven't talked to you in a while.
Ed?
Dad.
Oh, I look like a horse or something, you stupid moron. Ed, what the hell are you talking about, you stupid idiot? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
My name is Fleet.
No, that's just great. Anyway, how about 646 Radio Graffiti?
Oh my gosh. I am sorry. Oh, I want you to look at all of those wiggles. Oh my gosh, wiggles. Oh my gosh, I love to wiggle the whole thing. There are many other surfaces that you can sponge on. I'm going to show you wood. Of course, you can go straight. Oh my gosh.
What the hell is that supposed to mean, for heaven's sake? 863 Radio Graffiti.
Hello there, Ghost. It's the Great Skeletor. You should totally sell some Toho merch. Yeah.
No, I'm not, Skeletor, you stupid fruit bowl. No, I'm not. 203 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, maybe all you need is a nice Ricola, or maybe a big, fat, greasy ham bone.
Yeah, real funny, you jerk off. Or just shut up, all right? People are pissing me off. Good God. How about 405 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, what's up, Ghost? How you doing, brother?
How's it going?
Hey, first.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I didn't have enough time. I thought that's all you had to say. 907 Radio Graffiti. Get a better phone there, please, you stupid, dumb scumbag, all right? Jesus Christ. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Got that crap up! Man, what the hell is wrong with you morons, man? Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud.
You know, only an absolute, having surgery on their brain, four-eyed, half-a-tard would actually think that there's something funny about doing that. You know what I'm saying? And there's only two culprits that I can think of that are doing this. Obviously, the person that should be put out of his misery by, post-adult abortion, and I'm talking about the most hated character, Masked Pony. And I also, from what I understand, believe that it's also the Teutonic Plague doing this. So FYI, for all you people that are pissed off at this, direct your vengeance towards those people, because that's who's doing this. Specifically, this four-eyed geek Masked Pony, which, with all due respect, I don't understand why God lets live on the face of the planet. I'm not joking. I mean, people like that are a waste of life. All right? I mean, seriously, if I was Fuhrer, he would be gone. All right? I'm sorry. He'd be gone. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry I had to say it. I'm serious. All right? Anyway, who else do we have here? How about 210 Radio Graffiti?
September 3rd in the NFC Championship.
Man, we can't even hear you with your damn dumbass, stupid, dumb, ridiculous Obama phone. Jesus Christ, who the hell else do we have here, for heaven's sake? 614 Radio Graffiti.
Guys, if Ghost doesn't sell Toho, let's all live stream ourselves on 4cam with his autograph. Oh my.
No, you scumbag. No! 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 Can you shove this Toho merch crap straight up your ass? Seriously, man, shove this damn Toho merch straight up your ass. God damn it. God damn it. And Tough Guy of all people wants Toho merch? I mean, Toho, good God. Good God. You know what? I'm done with this freaking dumbass. I'm done with this fruit bowl ass Wednesday, man. I'm so done with it. I'm done with this fruit bowl Wednesday. I'm not taking any more callers. I'm done with it. It's stupid. It stinks. And there's Toho merch. There's fruit bowl diaper-loving ponies. There's all this crap. I'm tired of it. All right? I'm tired. 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 I'm done with this show. Give me the mic. You know, I thought I asked you dumbasses. You know, I thought I insisted that you people not make me scream today because my voice is shot. But look at you ungrateful pricks. Look at you. You don't care about me. You don't care about this show. You don't care about my well-being. You don't care about my health. You don't care about anything. All you care about is looking so damn cute. So damn cute. Being a goddamn troll terrorist and cyber vermin. You goddamn assholes have turned this into a Fruit Bowl Wednesday and shove it up your ass. Listen to my voice. My voice is going out because of you scumbags. Oh, you son of a bitch. My voice is going out because of you scumbags. I hate you. I hate you. Oh, Jesus Christ, give me a drink. I'm done with this broadcast, folks. I'm done with this broadcast. And all of you dumbasses out there on Twitter, shove it up your ass. I'm out of here. I don't need this crap. I'm a capitalist, and I deserve the respect according to title. I deserve